Woo! Foul! Day 4. Training camp underway. I got a feeling, fam, you know what? Oh, you know the offense is laying up mad as hell right now. You know you can't say it because you're all members of the same team. But they're going to go back and forth with this, I can see right now. Yesterday, the offense had a pretty good day. Day before that, it was a day. It's been alternating, right? So can we expect when they, I think they're taking a day off tomorrow, I think. When they get back, and they come back and kick some butt, it's hilarious. And Sherm lost it today, man. What? Hey, injury update though. Dub was activated off the PUP list before today's practice. He didn't participate. I know what you're saying though. I get to that in a minute though. The staff wants Dub to participate in walkthroughs and other team activities on the field, which he couldn't do while he's on the PUP list. It's not legal. It could be some time before he returns to practice, but Dub suffered a broken collarbone in late May, as you already know, because we never got through talking about it. During the offseason program period, Shanahan last week indicated that Dub, he could be back when the team has joint practice against the Broncos on August 16th and 17th before their Week 2 preseason game. Oh, I tell you what, boy, it's going to get rough out there now. I heard about Tavarius Moore. That boy to be messed with. Look out from here, because I don't know. Oh, you know what? Let me get through this report though. D Ford was limited to one-on-one work, but later appeared in a few snaps during full team drills. D left practice with a quad and finger injury that, according to report, aren't considered very serious. So I guess it's no big deal. Only Joshua Garnett can hurt a finger and be out for up to 6 weeks. So Dre Greenlaw, who's gotten off to a nice start to camp, much to everybody's delight, suffered a laceration to his hand, so he just got a cut today in today's practice. That shouldn't be too long before that's okay. And Juice missed a session because they stepped on him in drills yesterday. They stepped on a grown-ass man. And I wonder if, who was it? It was the biggest dude on the team. Maybe Contavious might have stepped on him, I guess. I don't know. That's crazy. At the point you can't recover overnight. I mean, maybe it depends on what they stepped on. Let's get on in with it. Today, Richard Sherman was large and in charge of a defense that had Tevin Coleman showing fear in his eyes during the press conference. Because, man, that defense is just bad. Tev, you'll get used to it. You'll get better, too. Day 4 training camp back to the new season 2019 today was worth the price of admission. If you did attend today, hey, I hope you call in and tell us what you saw, because the reports are from the reporter's perspective, and your report will be from your perspective, and we're interested in both for sure. The session was mostly controlled by the defense, as I mentioned, but they say that's predictable in July. I'm trying to remember every year. Do we go nuts about the defense, thinking that we got a great defense the last couple of years? I'm trying to, I just don't remember. Was the defense showing out beginning of the season or at this particular time during preseason? The session was mostly controlled by the defense, as I say, but there were some standouts during the course of the day, and Mrs. Sherman's baby boy went wild. He appears to be operating on a different level in his second training camp with the 49ers. Last season, coming fresh off that Achilles injury, and he wasn't quite the same animated, boisterous, obnoxious Richard Sherman that we've all grown to know and love. The presence on the practice field was expected last year. We didn't get it, and there was good reason for that, but we didn't realize that. Coming out of Seattle, of course, Richard was like one of the most irritating people you ever seen in your life, right? But last year, he was like calm, collected, and pretty much real cerebral. A lot of the things he said were like Confucianistic, and he was out there trying to be Uncle Sherm and taking guys out and taking care of them and everything. But now, this version of Sherman appears to be back alive and well in 2019. He's regularly encouraging his teammates with a lot of emotional screaming on the sideline like he's famous for when they make good plays. And Sherman was not afraid. Sherman dropped his shoulder to make a big hit today. One of the biggest hits in practice came early, in fact, and it probably was what would set the tone for the rest of the session, mostly controlled by the defense. Tevin Coleman come running around the outside. Sherman met him. He hit him like the Tav must have thought he had Thor's hammer. Bam! Oh, I mean, he sent what had to be shock to T. Coleman to the ground. Tackling is not allowed, but collisions are all right. Just don't be grabbing nobody and gripping them and throwing them on the ground. Since they got the pads on, they say that's all right. They say, Sherm came around there, dropped his shoulder. Bam! Tevin's like saying, man, you know what? This is practice, Sherm. Sherman and his very man of the defense were pretty fired up, they say afterwards. And that hit came moments after Sherm, who, as I say, was a man on a nasty mission today, was draped all over Dante Pettis, forcing incompletions. Sherm was holding a clinic on how to off-season trade, period, fam. If you were out there today, please let me know what's wrong with him. The defense was just abusing the 49ers on this day. Even Akello Witherspoon was having a great practice before banging his knee during a pass breakup. Whew. See, this is why when people say, oh, man, Sherman's too old, I don't know where you go out and got broken down corner. Hey, you know what? Now what? Sherman is that veteran presence that you just got lucky to get. And I guess the 49ers, the doctors told the 49ers about his future and how he's going to be. And I guess, everybody knows it takes a little over a year to heal completely from Achilles injury. Sherman got that in the middle of last season, so he was actually doing quite well to even be out on the field. Tavarius Moore, I know everybody's getting the great, was given first-team reps of free safety, the position he played in college before switching to corner with the 49ers last season in his rookie year. He looks good. He looks real good, and that's why Dub says, you know what, y'all got to let me off this pup, okay, because I need to get back out there before it's too late. Yeah, let me get out because, But again, you know what, here's the funny thing about it, though, because it seems that, I don't know what Saleh's doing. He likes to play mind games with the people a lot. Saleh says Tavarius Moore is not quite ready for NFL safety position just yet. And this could be a carrot thing again, hanging that out there where the player knows he's got to strive for more because he's not impressed as coach. I'm sure everybody's impressed with Tavarius. You don't want to tell him that, though, because he starts getting back into the same maybe state of mind as Akello and also Adrian Colbert did the year before. They become, I got this, and they ain't got this. So, and unlike Monday, when Matter AC was beaten deep by receiver Richie James for a 60-yard score on Jimmy Garoppolo's very first pass of the day, the 49ers offense didn't complete any explosive passes today with T. Moore playing over the top, which ain't nothing but a good sign. Oh, man. Colbert worked back in with the starters during the second half of practice. The closest thing to a long completion from Jimmy G was a deep incompletion on a wheel route to tight end George Kittle, who may have been interfered with by Malcolm Smith, according to everybody on the field, especially George. But the referees on hand, they said, George, your eyes may shine, your teeth may grit, but this flag you'll never get. Nick Bosa had another strong practice while mostly getting second-string reps. He had two would-be sacks, the 49ers backups, CJ and Nick, with one coming on a play when he was unblocked. Against the starters, he had a pressure of Jimmy G where he bent around the edge of Mike McGlinchey, but G found his outlet in Coleman just before Bosa went to put the grab on him. It's been in slow-mo. And there was a key moment. The offense's best play of the day was a long Matty B would-be touchdown sprint up the left sideline. Long runs are not being tolerated by this defensive line. They've been rare so far during training camp. The defense's new wide 9 alignments along the defensive line are designed to stop outside runs, which is, that's Kyle Shanahan's bread and butter. That's what he does. And guys like Matty B, they personify that whole aspect of the game. Matty, I love to watch him run that stretch. Boy, and I say, we ain't having it. Y'all may run the stretch against 31 other teams in the NFL, but you ain't doing it up here. No. So, hey, also the 49ers were without Juice today, which might have also played a role in the inconsistent ground game. The linebackers have played well and benefited from the improved talent along the defensive line so far. I mean, that defensive line is it is what's going to make the 49ers this year. You can see right now, they're already setting the tone themselves. I mean, I'll get to how Robert Saleh actually, let me get back to my bro, Bobby Saleh describes it in just a minute. But Garoppolo, it wasn't a good day for Mrs. Garoppolo's baby boy. In fact, it was his worst day of training camp to date. JG completed 5 of 14 passes. Jimmy, that's below 50%. You're always around 60, Jimmy! But, you can't do it by yourself. Jimmy, all you can do is get the ball there. But some of it was his fault, though. With most of his completions coming on check down screens, because the defense just wasn't giving up nothing. He was inaccurate on a short post route to JK, throwing the ball slightly behind him, and he likely would have made that catch. The secondary led by Sherman appeared to be disrupting a lot of what the offense was trying to do today. You got to figure, too, Jimmy G is a very cool, collected individual. If the defensive front was shaking him up and causing him to panic, can you see Jared Goff? Fam, I tell you what, if this line gets even more confident and the chemistry gets even more tight, I see somebody getting an ass whooping in the Western Conference. Maybe more than somebody. Maybe a couple of somebodies. L.A., Seattle. Oh, your boy. And this time it's okay to talk smack. That defensive line is scary. And they're setting up for the secondary that features Richard Sherman all healed up. Think about this for a minute, fam. This ain't no hype. This is nothing but pure fact. What if Jason Verrett's okay? What if there's absolutely nothing wrong with him going in and he legitimately, put the M in there, legitimately beats out Ahkello Witherspoon in day one? Do you realize how formidable that defense could actually be? Tavares Moore, J-Dub in a second, because I'm a little concerned about AC. Well, maybe AC tightens things up between now and then. Robert Saleh, Bobby Saleh as I like to call him, was quoted saying about his defensive assassination, they were working pretty good, but I just want to make sure they're getting better every single day, competing their tails off. As long as they're doing that, they'll always have a chance. And Saleh on the defensive line, being strong, defending on the run so far in camp, had this to say as well. The physicality, the get off, the stuff, what they're doing, it's like organized chaos. Saleh sounds like some kind of Bob Boss when he talks at times. He says they're getting off. It's very violent. There's bodies flying all over the place. It is hard, our offense's zone scheme for them, but we're an 8-man front. We're always going to have one available, one unblocked player at all times. The offense has to go find that. The chaos that we're presenting with their get-off and that stuff is excellent. You see, this is why I said last year, let us please give Saleh a break. You couldn't do any better with that team he had last year. Give him some tools to work with and then let me see what he's got. I think he's got his tools. Oh, God, I'm delighted. Fam, give me your perspective on what's going on between the offense and defense. Is it because Kyle Shanahan has not really set up any of his magic with his offensive people? Or are they totally intimidated by the 49ers defense? It is so frightening they could be making a horror movie at the end of the season. It is like this. Trent Taylor's also looking awfully good in camp. And there's people that may not, you know what, I'm not hearing enough about certain people. How are they making their assessments as far as the offense goes? Because apparently, Dre Greenlaw is really looking good. I'm talking really good, according to what some people are saying. Do we have our Sam linebacker? Is it established? Ooh, no, man. Hey, let me get on over here and see what you talking about. Is that Chris? Chris says Bucks won't have pass rusher JPP. Bengals won't have wide receiver AJ Green. Steelers won't have Le'Veon nor AB. We better not lose any of those games. Actually, the writing's on the wall. The 49ers really have no business losing any of those games. Those teams are still installing their offense, those first two, and they're actually missing the wrong people. If they don't have a pass rush, and when I heard, they don't have an offensive line as well. Oh, Curtis. Did I call you Chris? I'm sorry. Curtis. Fernando Garcia. Uncle Sperm. Sack Kings. Uncle Sherm. Letting it be known. T-Red. What's up, Not Empire? Is it just me, or do I, in the near future, see blood flying every time our defense lines up this season? Ooh. D'Angelo Carter, Jalen Hurd disruption defense. This is good for our offense. That's another key weapon for that offense. Anthony Baker, what's up? I know you. I knew it. Man, coming out of Memphis, Tennessee. What's up, Anthony? Go Niners, Memphis. Adam Carrillo. 49ers versus Cowboys next Saturday. Hell yeah. Niners, man. Isaac Page. Hey, this. In Skip Bayless's video called Skip Rides the Roller Coaster, someone asked who would be a top 5 quarterback in the next 5 years. He said, Jimmy G would be in if he could prove to stay healthy. Who's going to argue with that? Mr. 16 Downey in Montana. Say, what's up, Ron Bixby? Checking in with you from, is that LA 818? LA 818. P.S. Trent Taylor looking lightning quick out there. And you catch that interview with Trent Taylor, too. He talks about how he was so dedicated, so driven this offseason that George Kittle was upset because he wouldn't join him in Memphis. Trent said, I ain't got time to play, George. I got to get back on the stick. I didn't look like Trent Taylor last year. I'm going to be Trent Taylor this year, though. I'll tell you that right now. He ain't going nowhere, folks. He ain't going nowhere. That boy is not getting cut. Michael Hank, what happens if our wives throw us out the house? Can I chill at your place for listening to your show too much? Michael, come on over, man. Bring pizza, though. You know what I'm saying? I got to think about pizza. Extra cheese, and I don't worry about the anchovies. I kind of like the anchovies. And Big Rozzo, what's up? Local 49ers fan Jake Dub Bunch is back. Oh! I got to give me a t-shirt that says J-Dub Bunch. Wearing Sherm today because Sherm has been highlighting the defense. Horatio Flores, that reports are saying Trent is looking better than ever. I'm telling you, look out for TT. Matt Uncle said he could lead the team in yards gained this year. I laughed. I said, wow, man, we got a lot of guys. Stop laughing. Boy, it's serious this year. He's really going to be dangerous. Oh, let me get my player partner, 0.5. You know I got 2.5 partners, Dre and Will. Will!
Ronbo.
Well, man, Sherm came in playing the boogeyman today, man. The hell? I'm telling you right now, that's the kind of thing we need. Wait till Quan Alexander starts feeling good. Now you got 2 maniacal dudes out there running the defense and firing them up. And I don't think D Ford needs no help to get fired up. And Nick Bosa is just a quiet assassin. His personality ain't never gonna change. But I'm liking where you know how you take your car in and get it souped up to go faster. I think we got the nitro. All they gotta do is push that button. Fast and furious, baby. Well, what you feeling like on this day, fam?
Man, another big day for the defense, man. I'm so glad Sherman back the way he is, man. I'm telling you right now, Sherman gonna get some interceptions this year. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get some picks, man. I hope some of them that he take it to the house, man. 'Cause that dude out here, man, he got the blanket out because he covering people, man. He putting shade on people. So,
Damn, I felt sorry
man,
for Dante.
Man, I don't know, man. I don't know what the offense got going on. I don't know if it's the defense that damn good,
It is.
or the offense is just still trying to get that motor running, man. Because damn, defense won again. Like, but
it
either
takes.
way,
They say it takes a few. You know what? It's early. They
yeah,
say this is kind of normal for the offense to get fully into what they do, but in the meantime, defense don't
yeah.
care. They say, "Y'all gonna get ready or get hurt. You gotta. That's your choice."
Ain't no reason. It shouldn't be no way for it not be a top 5 defense, man. Because I mean, goodness gracious. I mean, Tevin Coleman talking about they can't find holes. Talking about they can't find holes, man. I'm like,
And by the time,
they mad, man.
and by the time they're looking around for the hole, they got some defensive lineman tearing him up. I love this.
I can't wait till August 10th to see these guys on defense, man. But I am having. Look, I'm so glad that Tavares Moore is getting first team reps, man. 'Cause I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm hearing Colbert taking bad angles and shit. Like, I'm talking about he ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing, man. Like, I knew I couldn't trust him, and I still don't trust him. So I still don't have no trust in your boy Ward. I mean, I still don't have no trust in him.
Nobody does.
Man, man.
I'm looking forward to this day because I remember episode saying, Will, my player partner, Dre, and about 20 others that let me know that Dub was a waste of uniform. Look, see what I told y'all? See, I'm waiting for the I told y'all moment. Y'all might get a chance. Ronbo, man, we told you, man. It works both ways.
Man, they ain't gonna pan out. I mean, I'm just gonna put that in the bottle and cap it up and throw it away. They ain't gonna be. Hey, look, man.
They gave up on my boy.
Man, I follow Ed Crocker, man, because he always give you the insights, and he always on the field, see what's going on, man. He said that the D linemen and the linebackers are in the DBs, like the cornerbacks, they getting their hands on the ball. He's saying the safeties ain't getting their hands on the ball.
They may not have a chance. If you got all that pursuit in front of you, and the ball ain't coming downfield very often. You know that, don't you? Jimmy was screens and checkdowns. That was his full menu today. Ain't nothing else being served here today, Jimmy. If you throw that ball downfield, we gonna bring it back to you. We represent the defense.
Well, they better be happy that our front seven gonna get the job done. Because I'm telling you right now, if we end up going against we go in and run a play and we ain't getting no pressure, and they throw it downfield, man. While that ball in the air, I'm gonna be on my knees praying.
Will, let me remind you one thing. When that quarterback looks downfield, he's gonna see his receivers being shadowed by the wrong dudes. That's why there ain't going to be no whole lot of havoc going on in that secondary. If he looks up and sees Sherm on one, Verrett on another, and Jimmy say, go ahead, throw it back here, I'm telling you right now, that defensive front is going to eat him up. The best thing a guy can do right now is do what Jimmy did today. Check downs and screens. If you do anything more than that, run the ball, y'all. If you start throwing that ball deep, they got something for you. So the fear for the safety is probably, I don't know, unless you get a quarterback. Who's got the best wide receivers? Okay, maybe the Browns may challenge. Maybe, but I don't see. Man.
The Bucs gonna try to throw it downfield.
Oh, see, I hope they do, because Jameis is gonna get his neck broke. If he's gonna wait for a play to develop downfield and insist on throwing the ball, Sherman's gonna have his lunch. See, you got to put all this together now. Before you start worried about the safety, worry about the offense on the other team.
Right. Yeah, but I mean, overall, man, I ain't worried though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I already know. I mean, it's proven right now the front seven is gonna be legit. So I ain't really worried. I ain't really worried about the offense either, man. Because Kyle Shanahan, he gonna guys cooking, man. So overall, I don't have any worries, man. I'm just waiting for the preseason to start, man, because I'm just ready to get this thing going, man. I'm ready to drink a sweet batch of Kool-Aid after every win, man. So
Will Kills for drinking Kool-Aid, boy. I ain't seen, I
man.
ain't seen a pack of Kool-Aid in a long time. Does it still have that picture with the big smile on it?
Oh yeah, that's how my face gonna look after every win. Gonna be just like that picture with a smile on it, man. I'm telling you, man. I'm so anxious, man. August 10th, man. Ain't what by 9 days ago or 10 days ago. So I mean, man, I'm just ready for the season to start, man. But I'm about to get off Ronbo. I know you got called away, man. I just want to give a shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Shout out
Appreciate it,
to my
fam.
player partner Trey, TNT fam, Trey Trez, Big Show, Jerry Fresh, Mr. Fresh Perspective. You know what I'm saying? Russo. Say all them guys, man, fuck the Rams, fuck Rudy. They lost the Super Bowl. A, B, C, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 3 points, and they broke. All right, Rumble.
Great. Well, I think I'm taking the day off tomorrow, so I'll see you the day after tomorrow, fam. Hey, all right, let's go. Perry Howard. Hey, what's up? Michael Finley. What's up? Jamal. Hey, Jamal, how you feeling today, fam? He said, what's up? Checking in. Niners, baby. The defense ain't no joke, brother. Richard Sherman of old, baby. Mm-hmm. And Ramos, what up? Yeah, Ramos. Hey, kidding. I'm not worried about our offense one bit. We got a squad. Our defense is showing us exactly what we want to see. Pressure. Extreme pressure. Or as Robert Saleh say, extreme violence. It's a very scary man. You know, make a scary movie. Use Robert Saleh as that dude, you know. Oh, and it's cool to be you. What's up, fam? Okay, and let's checking in with James. James.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
James, I'm doing fine, because every now and then I abandon my own gut feeling. I thought Richard Sherman was mostly hurt last year. I said, Sherman's not really Sherm yet. And they're still actually respecting him. If they knew better, they'd throw on him now. They waited too long, James. They waited too long. They let the man heal up. And now he's out there holding classes. So, you see, this is why when people keep worried about the secondary, I say, you know what? If I'm a quarterback, I look downfield and I see Sherm and Verrett got my guy covered, I am not about to throw the ball. And looking for my check down, probably about a split second into the snap, knowing darn well they ain't going to be open anyway, especially we get into about midway through the first quarter. And then if I try to run, as you know, Tevin Coleman, ain't no holes up there. I can see Coleman on the other side of the field. I tell y'all what, when you go to run, watch yourself, because there ain't going to be no holes. Thanks. I can't wait to see the drama unfold. James, are you proud of Sherm and the 49ers defense? But are you concerned with our offense having a little trouble getting out of second gear?
Well, I tell you, it's a great thing, and it's not so great a thing when your offense is sputtering. But I will say this much. The great thing about it, to hear each and every day that this defense has continued to dominate. Okay, and I was watching them at practice today, and I was watching different players, how they were lining up with receivers. A lot of them was getting beat on those, that halfback, I think it's a halfback cutback play where the receiver goes in the flat and then cuts back.
Oh, comes to the ball.
And then underneath slant routes, it seemed like they were, some of the guys were having a few little problems, but at the end of the day, I've seen some constants that I do believe in Greenlaw is starting to get it, and at the same time, I just noticed that skill set, what I've seen on tape, so I'm looking to see big things from him, even in that defense. And right now, when you're seeing this even in practice, you've got to understand it's getting each and every day. It's getting rougher for our offense because they're playing against these guys every day. And basically, the way they're moving players around on the defense, it can become confusing. I mean, seeing it day in and day out practicing, but at the same time, iron sharpens iron. And Jimmy is gonna, when he starts to crank it, and he's gonna do it, hopefully and eventually. And I do believe in him. And it's just this defense right now. I don't like to just say things that some people might look at and say, wow, why would you say that, James? But I got a feeling this may be a statistical defense this year. That's just me. I mean, I think they could interfere with some great defensive records because of the talent that's on the team and what we're even starting to see in training camp. I know it's not a full live game, but we're going to see. And I've said it before. I do believe we go into the bye 3-0. They're gonna take those 3 games and look at themselves as a very dangerous team, and they're determined, and they got that swagger about them right now. You can see how they're doing it on the field, receivers and linebackers and corners and everything. And, you're getting some constants. You're hearing Greenlaw continuing to show a whole lot of promise. And then Tavarius Moore looking good in the secondary. And then Robert Salah, he'll say things to kind of downplay it to still get the best out of the player.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't want anybody to get too excited about themselves.
Right.
Keep them in check.
Right. And because we've seen it look at what happened with Akello and Adrian when they first came out of college and they made the team and they got the starting job. They were shut down guys, man, playing phenomenal football. But the last year or so, it just kind of fizzled out like a bad firework,
Yeah.
So we'll see. But I know that it's a lot of things to be optimistic and feel great about, and it's going to be, they're running plays too. You have to take into account they're running some vanilla plays in practice because that's what they want the media to see. Kyle Shanahan is not going to really tip his hand. Yeah, you're going to see some deep balls here and there.
That's a good point.
I mean, basically, it's basically a vanilla playbook because he doesn't want anybody you don't know who could be there actually as a scout or not a scout, but just be there just football press.
In fact, Pete Carroll's sitting in the stands in disguise. I mean,
of course. Well, Pete has already probably told Russ, "Hey, Russ, you've been taking that Game Fuel protein drink 3 times a day. Let me tell you something. That Kyle Shanahan and that John Lynch, they ain't put together some pieces over there. I heard somebody had a little drone flying over. They seem to be shutting Jimmy G down. So I do believe, though, I've said it before, it's going to be a lot of strengths on this defense if they can stay healthy and play together. And I still do believe when Robert Salah puts those 2 bigs in the middle, okay, whether they're there in the whole 3 gap between Armstead and Buckner, a quarterback that's 6'1", even a 6'2" quarterback, has got to throw over somebody that when they leap up, go vertical. They're almost 10 feet in the air, Ronbo. That's almost the height of a trailer, from a tractor trailer, man.
And James,
10 feet in the air.
And James, while he's trying to see, here comes D Ford and Nick Bosa. James, we gotta pull up. But I tell you what,
buddy, if you surely pay attention to them 2 coming off the edge, those linebackers that are going to be shooting through the gap. All I can tell you, I wish you well, because you're about to have a bad day. But thank you for what you do, Ronbo. Been a great evening once again for the platform you provide for us. Thank you for every bit of it. Have a great evening. Be blessed. Niner Empire, Niner for life. Thank you.
All right. Good night, James. Have a good night, too. Oh, God. I love talking about I've always been a guy that loved the defense, but this defense is just really way too adorable. Bam, bam, bam. And Curtis McLeod says defense is only as strong as its weakest link. Ward won't last the whole season. Coleman's still looking like crap. We need T Moore or sign Trey Boston. Fam, you know what? 31 other teams won't even call Trey Boston in for a cup of coffee. I really want to know amongst the owners or whoever, what is up with Trey Boston? He's a good football player. He can't get paid. He can't get called in, not even for a look. I really want to know what's going on with him. Hey, Dre, I'm the player partner making one. Dre.
What's in it, man? I don't want to know shit about Trey Boston. The only thing I want to know about is the guys that's in this locker room right now.
Yeah. But everybody keeps calling for Trey Boston. I mean, we got people keep asking for we need Trey Boston.
Keep calling. Let them keep calling. We're not signing Trey Boston, bro. As a matter of fact, the dude who masquerading as Ryan Jeremy betted me $100 that he gonna sign, and I want my motherfucking $100.
No, Ron, did you do that? I could have told you don't take that bet. The 49ers are not interested in Trey Boston.
On the game, I want my $100, bro. I'm pressing you. You know what I'm saying? Anyways.
See, because but let me ask you something, though. Because the thing is, the safeties, every time we hear a play, nothing with AC yesterday, I don't know what he was doing, how that happened when he got beat. Okay, that's going to happen on occasion. But that's not an all-game-long situation. So I think we need to overreact
Ronbo.
to every play.
Second day of pads, bro.
Exactly.
First week of camp and the second day of pads, man. You know, that's an extra 10 to 15. For you guys who've never played football, okay, that's an extra 10 to 15 pounds. It's going to take you about at least 2 weeks to adjust, especially getting your feet underneath you with that extra weight on your body.
And it's
guys
hot.
aren't going to look. Yeah, man, come on, man. Like, it's day 2 of pads, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, like, it's going to take you some while to get your feet underneath you. But one thing I do know is Kwaski T said, man, having that front seven up there is making things a lot easier for us back there, man. And that's one thing we were saying from the get-go. When you couldn't get to the quarterback and get no pressures or no sacks, it was open season on the secondary.
Yep.
Bro, I can envision it's going to be lockdown season this year, bro. I can envision that, bro. I mean, I would, like I said yesterday, I would rather have my defense looking lights out over my offense any day because defense wins championships. And then when you get in the game and the guys adjust and they say, damn, these guys aren't half as fast as our front seven, man, it's going to be open season. We're going to be putting up 40 points and 30 points on my motherfuckers like it's nothing because the defense is that stellar. Our defense is 10 times better. And, Ronbo, did you hear about what Richard Sherman did today, bro?
He knocked Tevin Coleman.
On the opposite. Yeah, that, but I'm not talking about that. You know what I'm saying? That's good to hear that he put the pad, you know what I'm saying, Tevin. You know what I'm saying? Because Kwaski heard that, you know what I mean? Then he told Tevin, you know what I'm saying, I'm a grown man up in here.
I know, I enjoyed that.
But bruh, Tevin, he was lined up on the strong side. Breida busted a play to the left side. Man, he hawked Breida down on a 40-yard run and pushed him out of bounds, bro.
Who was that? Was that Sherm or Kwaski?
Breida down. Yes, no, Sherm, bro. He hawked him down. He hawked him down on a 40-yard run. That's a play you should take to the house. Man, that dude came from the opposite side of the field and hawked Matt Breida down and saved the defense from getting us a touchdown scored on us, bro. That's very encouraging to hear. You know what I'm saying? Tavares Moore had a pick today. You know what I'm saying? Did you see what DJ Reed did to Jordan Matthews today?
Well, he's on Jordan every day so far, no.
Bruh, did you see what he did to him in one-on-ones? Man, Jordan Matthews looked like he had brutes in his mother. He looked like he had bricks in his cleats. Man, this dude's feet is slow as a motherfucker, bro. DJ Reed put clamps on. Man, he might as well have got on his knees, put his hands behind his head, and said, "Put the cuffs on me." You know what I'm saying? We taking you to county jail right about now. Put the clamps on him, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy that our defense is looking the best, bro. Like I said, man, when your defense is playing like this in practice, and you go up against another team, I'm telling you, man, that speed, being able to adjust to a different speed of a defense who's not going to be as fast as our front seven, is going to be beautiful, bro. Like the Cardinals don't have a front seven like we have. The Seahawks don't have a front seven like we have. The Rams, they got a few pieces, but overall, as far as having guys from left to right, the Rams don't have a front seven like we have. I mean, bro, it's going to be some problems. I only see a few front sevens. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they were top 5 in sacks. They got a pretty fast front seven. The Ravens, they don't have that front seven that they used to have no more. I mean, they lost T. Sizzle.
They lost more than that. They lost several dudes off that defense.
Yeah, then the other linebacker, I forgot his name. He went to the Jets. You know what I'm saying? I really don't see that much. Oh yeah, the Falcons. They getting 2 of 8 guys back in their front seven, so they're gonna be back to form. So that's gonna be a front seven that's gonna run around with speed like ours. But if you look at our schedule, I really don't see that many teams that has a front seven that can move around the field like ours does, bro. I just really don't. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? If there is, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't see it. You know, the Packers, their front seven is gone. Old ass Clay Matthews is with the booty ass Rams right now, and he damn near going on 40. You know what I'm saying? So like, we're going to give people problems on the offense and defensive side. You know what I mean? Because when you're lining up against those guys every day in practice, and then you go play another team, man, it's like you're getting a day. It's like you're getting a day off.
Slow motion.
You're getting a day off. Yeah, you're getting a day off. Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? This light work. You know what I'm saying? We don't got to line up against Bosa and D Ford, and you know what I'm saying, and Quan out there looking good too. You know what I'm saying? He had like 2 PBUs, 2 pass breakups, and one-on-ones that I've seen. Drake Greenlaw, you know what I'm saying? Only reception that he had on him in 5 reps was George Kittle, and that, bro. George Kittle caught every single pass on one-on-ones. Nobody could do anything with it.
Well, you know,
they lined DJ Reed lined up against him. Drake Greenlaw, even Quan lined up. The linebackers, they couldn't do a damn thing with. Nobody could do anything with George Kittle. I mean, the pass,
and that's good.
Man,
he
was toe tapping and some more shit.
All pro next
man.
Dre,
I'm excited.
Stop. But good stuff, fam. I love the reports, man.
Yeah, man.
Some of those things we don't know about. You tell us, you know.
Yeah, man. You know, it's a lot of good stuff happening, man. I'm just happy that we're able to say that. You know, we're gonna get 5 sacks a game, bro. That's beautiful. You know, that ain't happening since 2010, man. It's been a long time. 2010, 2011, 2012.
We had a few in 2014. And that was the last good year. And that's when we had Aaron Lynch and the Smith brothers are working on the other side. So, you know.
Right.
Fam.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the TNT fam, man. My playing partner, Will, you know what I'm saying? Big Show, Trey Trez, Bob Money, Shay Lewis, no addition, Shay Lewis, and my partner Russo, man. Everybody out there, man. You know what I mean? It's going to be a good year of football, man. We got another, you know, the end of this, we got the rest of this week. And next week, you know what I'm saying, on Sunday, you know, we'll be seeing some preseason football. You know what I'm saying?
That game's on Saturday, isn't it?
Is that game on Sunday? It's on Saturday? I don't know, bro.
I was hoping it was on Sunday. Somebody said next Saturday. Okay, I'll look at the schedule.
Oh.
That ain't for sure.
It might be. You know what I mean? But, hey, you know what I'm saying? If it's on Saturday, shit, that's just one less day we got to wait.
Yeah,
so I ain't mad at that. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Woo! All right, Ronbo, man. I'll see you. Well, we're going to be back Thursday, Friday, or Saturday.
Guys get back, we get back. Yeah. All right.
All right, bro. I'll see you on Thursday.
All right, Jay. Have a good night, fam. Yeah. And let's go to San Jose. 669 area code, San Jose. I know 669 in San Jose. 669. Hello, San Jose.
Yo, is this Ronbo?
Yes. Who is this?
Ronbo. This is Jordan Kelly, man.
Wait. Did you say Vernon Kelly?
No, Jordan Kelly.
Jordan Kelly. I see you up on the chat right now, Jordan. Sup?
I know, dude. Yeah, I've been watching your show since like 2015, dude.
All right.
It's been a long time, and I've never called in.
Hey, and we did a lot of suffering together no matter what since 2015, Jordan. Good to meet you, man.
I know, dude. Crazy
Well, Jordan,
stuff.
suffering may be ending, man. That defense, you know how defense can keep you in games even if your offense is not that good, but our offense actually is that good. Do you see something about to form here that could be very scary for the rest of the NFL? A good defense and Kyle Shanahan running an offense on the same team? Ooh.
That's crazy, man. Like, I just can't believe we have such a good defense that our offense, which would be good with Jimmy Garoppolo, he's struggling out there because, like, he just can't even get the passes in the right places because our defense is so good now. So I'm just hyped.
Swarming, fast, vicious. Sherman out there orchestrating just pure evil out there half the time. He didn't have to knock Tevin Coleman down like that. What was it? See, they're fired up. Oh! So I'm enjoying what I'm seeing here. I want to know, Jordan, how many INTs do you see for that secondary?
Definitely more than 2. Definitely more than 2.
Did we get 2 last year or 1?
I think it was 2. I think it was 2.
1 was called back. But yeah, okay.
I think we get around, I would say 10 maybe. 10. 10 sounds like a good number. I think we could do it because of the pressure that we're going to put on the opposing QBs. So I think 10 is good.
You know what? I see 6 to 8 only because the ball is not going to be flying downfield. A lot of people seem to think that quarterbacks are just going to be at will, throwing bombs, and the secondary is going to be suspect. This is a myth perpetuated by a lot of us. Quarterback's not going to have time to be throwing the ball downfield. He'll be doing like Jimmy was today. Look for the check down, run a little screen, try to work the middle. You have got no time to be going downfield. But please do, Bruce Arians. Please do.
I know.
Jordan, your assessment on the running back situation, anything else you want to jump on?
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I have a lot to jump on, actually. First of all, let's talk about this top 100 list, the players list. Do you see DeForest Buckner on there? Because I sure don't, and I think that's a travesty.
It is, and this is the second year in a row. Last year, okay, we understand there wasn't enough stats to put him in there. But, you know, his peers are voting on this, and they don't think he's that good, which amazes me.
Dude, like the dude had, I'm reading here, 67 tackles and 12 sacks, okay? Like, that's just
a lot of pressures.
Come on now. Come on. It's just because the 49ers finished with a bad record, but, you know, that'll all be changed after the season. So
I feel very confident saying that this year.
Don't gotta worry. Yep.
Yeah, you know. I do. Jimmy G, though, I've always thought he was as cool as a cucumber so far. I really wish I could have been sitting there and see. I want to see his body language. I want to see his facial expressions. Is he getting frustrated by the defense or the guys on offense? I have a feeling it's more about, because Jimmy's seen the depths of hell playing against a defense in New England. So I don't know why this defense would impress him any more than something he's already seen before. You know what I mean? So if guys are out there screwing up all around Jimmy, we're going to know if a surprise cut takes place, Jordan, and we wonder why he got cut, we'll know why he got cut. He can't cut the mustard.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Oh, God. Amazing. So, yeah, in between that, as I say, though, I like knowing that we've got a healthy Sherman. That could be really, really important.
No, I know. He's going to be a shutdown corner this year, I think, because once he's taking care of his Achilles heel thing, and that takes forever to heal up. But, I mean, I just think he's going to be back strong this year. I mean, what we're hearing in camp and stuff like that, I'm ready, dude.
Damn. Don't place any bets until week 4. What do you see with the first 3 games? We should win the first 2 games just on strength and comparison of rosters alone, especially when you see the people that are missing from those lineups. They're installing new programs. The 49ers really should. There may be a route between those 2 games. There should be. I don't care if it is on the road. So
I'm a little bit scared about that Steelers game, though. I don't know.
you should be.
I hope we come up. Yeah.
They're still
it's
the Steelers.
good that we have Robbie Gould, though.
I know, right? You mentioned something there too. We got Robbie. That's also Mitch Wishnowsky. He could keep the 49ers in an advantageous position all day long.
Oh my!
If we do get into a defensive battle, and Mitch is out there punting, the other team's not going to want that, especially after a couple of those kick you down the 2-yard line. The ball's coming down in knuckleball fashion. You make a mistake on that. 49ers may score a touchdown on the recovery. Some of these things can happen at all times.
Oh, I know. And it's like Bradley Pinion couldn't set us up for crap. So
God.
I mean, he was good a couple times, but I mean, the dude, he's putting it like out of bounds after like 20 yards. Come on, seriously.
Oh, and them shanks. I mean, those are still, and you can expect it every week, at least once. Oh, Jordan. Hey, Jordan, great. Now that you've already made this phone call, dude, let's do this all the time. I'll look forward to hearing from you.
I know.
Thursday. Ready, guys, finish up the week on Thursday. Jordan?
Yes.
No, yeah, no. So I'll see you then, okay?
All right, too.
All right, Jordan. Have a good night.
You too.
And he has now entered the building. All rise for the Honorable Rev! Rev, get on in here, man!
Ronbo.
Oh, man. Rev.
Boy, oh, boy. Let's get into it.
Please.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped. I am excited. Shout out to my family, Red and Gold Worldwide, 24/7, 365. Rep that beautiful red and gold. Shout out to the man, Ronbo. Well, let's get this out of the way right now. So, watching all the practice film that I've seen today, reading the report, and I've said it numerous times. Shout out to my man Will. Shout out to my boy Dre. Just always giving the 100 and the real and the passion. Like we are ready for football. This defense is not playing. They're not playing. I'm glad to see Sherm coming back to his form. I'm glad to see that we're pissing Jimmy G off. I'm glad to see that because that says a lot about that front seven that is coming after you. Pain and punishment, family, pain and punishment is what that front seven is going to bring every single game. Every single game. Once again, being a person that played football, I played cornerback, it helped tremendously when you have a pass rush. Mm-hmm. And to see how these boys are physical, they're getting in your face, they're pulling your jersey, smacking your helmet, smacking your hands, like getting physical. I'm telling you, this top 5 defense this year. Defense wins championships. I've said it before. I have a vision that this defense is going to remind me of 2011, 2012. I see it.
And Rev, they may be even a little more athletic, actually.
I will. Yeah. Well, we got to wait till week 1 until we can.
True.
Until we
make
can say
it full.
Wait
comparison.
Wait till week 1. But But there's some similarities there, because when we had Justin on one side, Alden on the other side, it was just like, oh my God, everybody is worrying about Sopawaga, McDonald, and Justin Smith, but damn, worry about number 99, and he was coming out of nowhere.
19
everybody.
Sacks. Ain't nobody equal that yet. Not in the 49ers.
Getting to everybody. The videos I've seen of D Ford, That man has a lightning bolt of a step.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be problems. This defensive unit is so focused on pissing people off, and I love it. Be that angry damn dog and get in there and break every single play. Granted, JG is going to have his moment, but I like what the defense is showing him. I like that because now everybody got to get adjusted to having pass back on. So it's going to take some time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's going to take some time, like my brother said earlier. It's going to take some time. But this defense, we're not giving you time. We're not giving you time because we're coming after you. There's blood in the water. We are hungry. We are ferocious. Pain and punishment. We're throwing everything at you but the kitchen sink. Well, damn it. Throw the kitchen sink in there too. We are coming at you. And that's what I like. That's what I like. And for what Dre said earlier as far as other teams not having that kind of front seven, he's right.
Yes.
There's not too many squads that got pressure like that. I ain't worrying about the Rams. They done lost half of their shit and they broke. Shout out to my big brother, Will. I ain't worried about it.
I can't wait till next year they got to do something with Jared Goff's contract.
Hey, forget Jared Goff. He's a freaking game manager. Booty butt cheek. That's who he is. Booty butt cheek Goff. That's what I'm gonna call him. But I'm just excited to see that. In all the videos I've seen nothing but work. I've seen nothing but work, and that's what this team is showing. I'm hyped. I'm pumped up. Like we come on preseason. Let's just go. Let's go. Because we're not afraid. As 49er faithful, when the Rev tells you this, family, take it deep in your heart. As faithful, we are not afraid of nobody. Nobody. We are coming for you. We are coming at you. We are coming for a purpose. And our purpose is to win number 6. But it's also to come and destroy you. Because this defense is hungry and they're coming at you. Listen, do you know the rotation of this front 7 that's about to happen? Oh my God. Oh my God. It's going to be unreal. Which therefore, Sherm's back to his normal. Keller Witherspoon out there pissing Jalen Hurd off, intercepted the pass, threw it back at him like, here you go. Figure it out. There you go. Figure it out. Ronbo, we hungry. We hungry, Ronbo. We are hungry. So I ain't going to hold you up. Everybody know, in order to be the man, you got to beat the man. Period.
Absolutely.
Period. Book of Champions coming Sunday. This is how we do. 49er faithful. This is how we ride on it. Shout out to Ronbo. We thank you. I love you. Giving us this platform to speak our minds and our hearts and our souls as being 49er faithful. And just pain and punishment. Hashtag it. Pain and punishment. Because we coming for you.
PYP. Pick your poison.
Holla. Pick your poison. Pick your poison. Pain and punishment. Find another P word that's bad. But you know what? We coming at you. Period. 49ers faithful. Red 49 hits. I love y'all. Y'all be safe. Y'all be cool. 49ers for life. Red and gold till I'm dead and cold. Red and gold till your earth food. How about that? Straight up. Straight up.
Love it.
Rev, loves y'all. I'm out. Rombo, thank you. Let's
Thank you,
keep it
man.
going, man. 49ers for life. I'll holler at y'all.
All right, Rev. See you day after tomorrow. All right, Rev. Good night. Rev with the word. All right. And let me get over to the East Coast before Demetrius passes out. Demetrius!
Ronbo.
D. You know, there's only a few of us.
Oh, man.
I think Big Show's the only person that really loves offense. But all of us, most of us, everybody's crazy about a mangling defense. D. Richard Sherman I mean, everybody on offense was sitting in the locker room thinking, damn. And Kevin Coleman saying things like, you know what? I can't wait to play the games who we supposed to play on the schedule. And you know why? Because working up against our defense on a daily basis ain't a whole lot of fun there.
Slow it down, Ronbo.
Hang in there,
Slow it
Tevin.
down to the field. Yeah, that Sherman put the lightning on him today, man. You know what I mean? Let him know he a grown man. You know what I mean? He ain't no kid, man.
I wonder what caused that response.
Yo, man.
Somebody must have said the wrong thing.
Yeah, man. He's setting the tone, Ronbo. He's setting the tone for us, man. That's what we need, man. No BS, man. No more BS, man. We can't F around no more, bro.
Should have stopped last year.
Yeah, man. We got to stop the bleeding, man. So I like the tone they set in the defense, man. They're making it harder on the offense. Jimmy G, like you said, got him frustrated, which is good. Like the past caller said, iron sharpen iron. It is what it is, man. It's only going to make us better. Long run, man. So I know they're going to get tired of beating up each other. So when these joint practices happen, we're going to really see what's up. You know what I mean? So we got that coming up with Denver this week, I believe, right?
16-7. No, we got the Cowboys first. But Demetrius, do you remember last year when Aqib Talib, he forgot Garcon is about a bigger thug as you go find in the NFL. He ain't nobody's Michael Crabtree, right? Garcon body slammed Talib on the field. I said, you know what? Do I see that in Jalen Ford? Could Jalen Ford be a badass? You know what I mean? Because, like, every now and then you see a wide receiver that don't nobody mess with. I think Jalen Hurd may be one of those. And at 6'4",
that's my guy right there.
And up to 240 possibly. I think we got something in that we didn't even realize, Demetrius.
Yo, Ronbo, man, he's special, bro. Cause you know what I mean. And get those two. Well, I ain't gonna say two. Get Johnson out of here, man. Johnson, I don't know what he's complaining for, man. Like, it's football, bro. Like, all the callers said, like, you know what I mean? Like, man up, bro. Like, come on, man. That's not even that he's a rookie. It's football, bro. Like, he put his hands on you, so what, man? What you gonna do about it? You know what I mean? I would have told him, I see you tomorrow when we get the pads on, man. What's up, man? You know what I mean? Well, all that other extra stuff, man, but Jalen Hurd, watch out for him, man. They better be scared of him, man.
They should, because that's a big dude with an attitude. That's really scary. Because, as I say, man, when you get to be 6'4" and 235 and up, and you don't, you got a lightning quick tempo. Although he's got to corral that and channel it to a place where he can't get no flags.
Yeah.
But you got to let people know. There's things you can say to dudes without hitting them. That the referee don't hear or see, so it's okay. Unless he hears it, then you're going to get flagged for taunting. But you can tell him about how you spent the night with his girlfriend or something. But, you just keep walking,
Yes, sir. But at the end of the day, Ronbo, he got the stamp from Kyle Shanahan. He was just playing ball, bro. Like, it is what it is, man. It's just he playing his heart out, man. He's trying to make the team, whether he's second round pick or whatever, third round, whatever. But
you heard the story behind that. There was, I think, a couple of the receivers, I forget which ones it was, on the team that told him to take advantage of your opportunities out here right now, because we're a lot of us out here, we got to split, reps and things like that. And they said they may have set a fuse off in Jalen Hurd's head. So he went out there and he applied himself in a way that got crazy. They were later the same guys. Who was that said that? They were the same guys later on. They said, "Yeah, you know what? It's better to have to. It's better to have to calm a dude down than have to calm him up." So we can calm Jalen down a little bit, so it's okay.
But I know you got a lot of callers, Ronbo, but it's just like in the streets, man. Like, all jokes aside, though, like, some people earn their respect, some people take their respect, and it seems like he the type of dude, he taking his respect, whether you like it or not. You gonna respect it. You know what I mean? So I respect that about him. You ain't got no choice but to respect it. You know what I mean? So It is what it is.
Yeah, you
You
love
know
it.
what I mean? So that's what it do, though, man. But we gonna hold it down. That defense, Ronbo, woo, ferocious, man. It's going down. And I know
God, I
our
like
offense
this.
gonna catch wreck. We're gonna catch
Oh, yeah.
fire, man.
They'll
Our
be
running
fine.
backs gonna get it together. Our wide receivers gonna get it together. Yo, Pettis gotta show me a little more. Know what I mean? My
Sure.
kaboom, he better stop playing with these dudes out here, man. And you know, Weatherspoon looking good, Verrett looking good, Sherm looking like Sherm. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And
Yeah.
we're going to see what it do. And Greenlaw, watch out for Greenlaw, Rombo.
Hey,
Watch out for
everybody
Greenlaw,
is.
man.
He's got what it
Yo, watch
takes.
out, man.
Game's not too big
Yo, I
for him,
seen it today.
Demetrius. It looks like it's not
Yo,
going to take
watch
him the
out
whole
for him,
2
man.
years.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Tell you.
Remind me of a young Pat Willis, man. Trying
You
to tell
know,
you, man.
it's like we need to wait a minute, but you know what? I tell you, he's not afraid, and he will assert himself. And Malcolm Smith did a good job, do I understand, though, today as well.
Yo, I
So
told you he lost weight, Rombo. He looking
yeah.
like he ready to play ball. But it's all good, though, man. But, Rombo, I'm not going to hold you up. Thank you for all
All
you
right,
do,
man.
man.
Appreciate you getting here,
14
Demetrius.
to 2, baby.
Yes, because I know we got to get your
14.
rest. Boy, Demetrius waits for us, too. Fam, hey, loving you, man.
Sure, man. Love you, Rombo, man. Have a
Dude.
good night, man.
You too, Demetrius.
All right,
Looking
man.
forward to see you day after tomorrow. Have a good night.
All right, yes, sir. All right,
There he
peace.
goes. Demetrius, East Coast. Got to get up at 4 a.m. It's getting close to midnight. Tell you much. That's dedication to the cause of 49ers. Let's see. Is that Lewis?
Rombo.
Lewis. You know what I hope, Lewis? I just hope the rest of the league does not hear about the defense and they come walking in there thinking some of the things. Like I seen somebody in the chat say, yeah, Rumbo, our ranking is due to the fact that, last year everything sets tone as far as they're making their rankings and coming up with conclusions and stats and things like that. That's how they put us in the positions they put us into. We probably shouldn't take it personally. We see what we see now. But they have to go ahead this next year and prove that what we're seeing is not an illusion. They've got to go out there, mangle, and cripple up other teams' offenses.
Thanks.
Oh,
Absolutely, Rumble.
yes.
Yeah, Rumble, I'm sorry, I didn't even answer your question yesterday. You said name 5 defenses in front of the Niners.
Yeah.
I can't. Honestly, I can't. You obviously the Jags. You out of respect, Jalen Ramsey. Those guys.
I do.
They've been doing
I
good.
named
AJ
them.
Boye. But to me, it's just like it's going to be the Jags,
Chicago.
and then obviously Houston and Chicago. That's about it, though.
But
I can't see anybody else.
But Lewis, without Fangio, defenses that looked like they was badass and were badass while he was there, do they continue to be badasses? I can't wait to see what Chicago looks like this year. After Fangio effect, like what we had to go through.
Absolutely.
Fangio left. We had a lot of the
that's a
same guys
fact,
still
Rumble.
out there. We couldn't play no more. Man.
All right. No, yeah, definitely. Definitely. I got to see with that. But like I said, top 5 is starting to look almost like the damn floor for us right now.
It does.
DJ Reed, Travius Moore, they're looking pretty good. You've already talked. Travarius, you already talked about it, Rombo. And it's basic football knowledge and common sense. Like, obviously, a good pass rush will make any defensive back better. Just like how Eddie Jackson's been in the league for almost 2 to 3 years, and he just popped up out of nowhere once all of a sudden they got Mac. Well, why is that? Because he's able to jump time routes. He knows he doesn't have to sit on routes for too long. He can go ahead and try to make a play because he knows the pass rush is going to be there regardless.
Excellent point. So many people don't understand that.
Right, absolutely. So with I'm just concerned of the broken play aspect and what's going to happen if something gets broken. Are we going to have some blown coverages and stuff like that? So, but thankful to the Almighty, we have Richard Sherman, who is training these kids. They call him Uncle Sherm for a reason. Training them, mentoring them, and showing them if the play breaks down, I need you to stay with your man. Look for the open man, try to pursue to that ball or whatever. So in that aspect, yeah, Rombo. But Rombo, I'm a good. I love what I've seen in training camp. I love how the rookies were hyping up the fans and stuff like that. Trey Greenlaw, Deebo Samuel, looking good. Hoping D Ford can rest that quad. We don't want any
leg
to have it. Well, he'll had a quad injury as well too. So Tyreek Hill did. He got carted off. I think His is not as bad as D Ford's because D Ford was able to walk it off. But you just want to ice that quad, let the muscles heal. So, but Ronbo, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get off a little bit off topic with the segment for today, and I'm a little upset. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about what Jordan Kelly talked about earlier about with DeForest Buckner, and I'm a little pissed, Ronbo. Might hear a little swear words. It's just really disgusting.
It is.
The absolute disrespect they've given this man as a interior D lineman. If he's not the third best, or not even if he's not the third best, if he's not the third best, then he's the second best in the NFC. So we can go ahead. I'm gonna just go ahead. I talked about this with Russo about stating facts. I know I pulled out a lot of facts, but facts can be misdiluted because you can also have to give. You should give every good person that provides facts have to gives good context, right? Mm-hmm. For instance, like the Minnesota game, Jimmy G threw 3 interceptions, right? Well, if you dive deeper into that game, well, what happened? Well, one interception was because Garcon dropped a catchable ball.
In the end zone.
Right. He bobbled it, right? He bobbled it, then he got hit, then he got popped up, then he got intercepted. So is that Jimmy Garoppolo's fault? No. Second, Kendrick Bourne ran a wrong route. He was supposed to be running a crosser, ended up doing a hitch right in the middle. Jimmy G was still going through progressions, threw it. Obviously, they weren't linked. Is that Jimmy G's fault again?
Nope.
I wouldn't say it is. It wouldn't be either, right? And then obviously trailing, trying to make a play for your team, and he had to force some stuff, and Harrison or not whatever the safety for Smith or whatever. Harrison Smith intercepted it. So things like that. So Ronbo, real quick, DeForest Buckner, right? So Hakeem Nicks and Jordan Fletcher Cox were selected to the Pro Bowl in front of him last year. So I'm just give you some numbers real quick, Ronbo. Just some real quick numbers. So Fletcher Cox ended the season with a combined total of 46 tackles, right? And 12 tackles for loss. That's Fletcher Cox, right?
Okay.
So 46 combined tackles, 12 tackles for loss, and only 7.5 sacks. Okay?
All right.
That's Fletcher Cox. Now, Hakeem Hicks. Let's go to Hakeem Hicks real quick. Hakeem Hicks had 7.5 sacks, 16 QB hits, and 55 combined tackles. So 7.5 sacks, 55 combined tackles, and 16 QB hits. Now let's go to DeForest Buckner, right? Defo has 67, so 12 more than Fletcher Cox, and then Fletcher. Or actually, 12 more than Fletcher, and actually 20 more than Fletcher. Damn, 21 more tackles than Fletcher, and 12 more than Hakeem Hicks. Okay, Ronbo? Well, also, you're right, Ronbo. I was wrong. He didn't have 11.5. He had 12 full sacks last year. He had 12 full sacks. Right. While giving you 20 QB hits. Now, Fletcher Cox gave you 34, which is a big difference. But the difference is, Ronbo, I'm going into context with this. The stats that DeForest Buckner has provided, he did it by himself, Ronbo.
And through double teams. 90% of the time. Yes.
Absolutely, Ronbo. And by himself, Ronbo. You look at the Eagles, they have Brandon Graham, Michael Bennett, and the rookie that they he's not rookie, but the 2-year kid, Barnett, that they drafted. You're telling me that Fletcher Cox doesn't have help on that D-line? And then you go ahead and go all the way over to Chicago, right? Hakeem Hicks doesn't have help with Khalil Mack, arguably the best edge rusher in the league right now, with Leonard Floyd.
Yes, indeed.
Ronbo, that is disgusting, and DeForest Buckner is being disrespected on that amount. That, to me, that's just wrong. Like, the fact that he even cracked top 100, and he was arguably the best, or if not the second best interior lineman. Well, not the best, because Aaron Donald's in the NFC.
Yeah.
He would be the best if Aaron Donald wasn't.
There's something very strange about how, last year was about his numbers. This past season, though, or the year before last, should I say, this past year is very interesting how Buckner, and that he was in the All-Star game because Fletcher couldn't make it. It's very strange. But you know what? It's
That's
okay.
Strange. Like,
because we got to stop.
I don't know, Ronbo. I hear you, Ronbo. I'm just saying, to me, that's just really, really
it's wrong.
Frustrating, like how the kid is not getting knowledge. But hey, shout out to my TNT bringing the fire again. The boy Dre, Will,
Yeah.
homie Russo, Jerry Fresh, the Rev,
Yeah.
the whole TNT connection, the whole TNT, baby. We
Yeah.
here. Great points. Hey, we don't, like you said, Rumble, we don't need Trey Boston like Drake said. We don't need Trey Boston. We got the guys that we got. Like I said, they're not going to, we're not bringing in Trey Boston. There's no
It's
point.
not happening.
We ready.
And poor
not.
Ron Jeremy's
Thank you,
going to
Rumble.
pay $100.
Right. I feel bad, man.
All right. But
It's like taking
Lewis,
candy from a baby.
I know. Lewis, I'll see you day after tomorrow, okay?
Absolutely, Rumbo. Looking forward to it. I'll call in. Love you,
All
Rumbo.
right,
Thanks
fam.
for all that you do. You have a good one.
All right, you too. Have a good night, Lewis.
Okay.
Yeah, Lewis is good. That's very, very seriously good point. Well, let's see what happens to the Buck this year. He's got a great crew of guys around him, and he should be fine. All right, let's quickly go to Braden before I get shot over here. Hey, Braden!
Ronbo Sports. What's up, my bro?
I love
How
it,
you
Braden.
doing tonight?
Braden's getting hood on me. I love it. Hey, Braden, we tried to wake you up last night, and we couldn't get you to come out of red and gold. Then you was that? Am I right? Is that what happened to you last night? Did you fall asleep?
Oh yeah, I fell asleep. I was
Hey,
so tired. I
that's
did
pretty-
so much stuff yesterday.
Did you say you say you ate so much stuff? What?
No, like I did so much stuff. I did
busy,
so many
yeah.
activities.
I was about to say, because
Yeah.
Braden, I was going to say, you can't start doing, I do that on occasion. Overeat, because I love eating. And, you got to, hey, Braden, start working out now, if you like to eat, by the way. You overeat, and the first thing you want to do is take a nap. This is a syndrome that can actually affect your entire life. Eating and sleeping. Oh, my God. The vision is of the oink, oink. And, Braden, I know that's not you. But anyway, Braden, hey, so what were you doing? Was it football related, what you were doing yesterday? What was going on with you?
Oh, well. Oh, for some reason, I don't remember. I think it was,
you and Tyler. You and Tyler are exactly the same.
tired. I couldn't remember.
He used to black out on what he was doing. But, Braden, let us get right into football and see what it is that's on your mind as far as the 49ers. Now, our defense is looking pretty good. Actually, Richard Sherman is doing all kind of great things. Braden, are you impressed with Richard Sherman, and do you think this defensive intensity that we're seeing right now, is this going to even steamroller and snowball and get bigger and more incredibly hard to beat? I mean, can you see what's going to happen to Tampa Bay and the Bengals? They have no idea what's coming into town. Hey, the Bengals. Wait, don't we go to Cincinnati? Hey, Braden, you could actually go to the Bengals game, couldn't you? Yeah, it is on the road. What am I talking about?
Yeah, that's true. I live so far away from Cincinnati.
Okay, too far away. Yeah. Well, it's okay. Hey, but you can still watch it on television because you're in the area. Yeah. It's going to be shown in your area.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Give me some predictions. How well is Jimmy G going to do in that game?
Jimmy G?
Yeah.
Which game?
Against Cincinnati. And I say that because you're in Ohio. We're going to give you the Cincinnati game, yeah. The Bengals.
Okay. For Jimmy G, I think he will attempt 32 passes and probably will complete 24 to 28. And then probably throw over 100 passing yards at least.
All right. And you know what? That sounds about right, too. 28 of 32, 24 to 32 is good. 28 of 32 is awesome. And 100 yards. Hey, who's going to be his main go-to guy in that game? Let me give you some choices. Trent Taylor, George Kittle, Marquise Goodwin, Dante Pettis, or will one of the new rookies between Deebo Samuel and Jalen Hurd, will they be the guys? Oh, who do you think?
Well, I think his main person would be probably George Kittle, and as I'm saying, and wide receiver will be one of the rookies between Deebo Samuel and Jalen Hurd, and then probably Marquise Goodwin, and then Dante Pettis.
But Dante is going to be the guy that does he's like the dagger, the kill guy that gets that long reception and romps into a touchdown. I can see that. That sounds like a scenario I can see that happening. What's going to be the final score is the story. Hey, Jaden, if Braden, if I put a B in your, if our defense is as good as we believe it is, that means the Bengals will score how many points? You know, AJ Green's not going to be ready to go. He may be on the field, but he's not going to look that good because he hasn't had enough practice. What's good? How good is our defense? How many points you give the Bengals? 14, 7, 10? What do you like?
Well, if our defense wasn't that good, they would probably be in a 14 to 28 point. When we would be like maybe 7 to 21, somewhere around there. Maybe a close game or none. But if our defense was really good, we could just pass them right by. We could beat them like 38 to 21.
I like that. 38 to 21. There you go. And mark it down. Braden's already, because normally we do this before the game. And then, of course, we talk about it after the game. So, Braden, you make sure to get in on that Friday and give us your score. But remember, 38-21, we can keep that on record. Braden. We're going to go, my man. And I'll be back day after tomorrow looking for you, okay?
Oh, okay.
All right, Braden. Have a good night. You want to give a shout out? I know you do. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Shout out to the chat. You're all pretty cool. And the people who called tonight, yep, they did pretty good. They talked what they needed to talk about. All important stuff.
Yeah.
And Ronbo.
Yo.
I sent some Twitter messages to you.
Oh, see, that's what I'm looking for. Is your name Braden on Twitter?
Like Braden Moore, I think so, yeah.
Ah, okay. I got you. I'll get you. I'll get back to you.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Ronbo.
Thank you, Braden. Have a good night.
Yeah. Salute to you, veteran legend.
Thanks, Braden. You're too kind.
You're welcome. You're my hero. Good night, Ronbo.
Good night, Braden.
49ers. Yeah.
Night, Braden. Awesome. I worry sometimes. I should teach youngsters foolishness, but he does it so well. He'll be okay. Braden's my dude. Hey, and as a big show says, look for Verrett to beat out Spoon to start. Sherm is close to Verrett and way better spot to have chemistry than our questionable secondary. A dangerous tandem would turn into a no. Can you imagine the 49ers a no-fly zone? Oh, and I still wonder, why do people question the secondary? The secondary is not questionable. I mean, what I'm going to laugh about is all this speculation about our secondaries are really still questionable. If through the first quarter, the 49ers are ranked as one of the top secondaries, I said, I told you guys to be a season. The heck are you talking about? That's too much. Sherm and Verrett alone already makes that secondary in the top 10. Well, don't worry about it. It's all because of one guy. Our safety's going to kill the entire secondary. Stop. Hey, let us go to Jason. Oh, by the way, Show, thanks for the contribution. Hey, Jason.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Jason, man, I'm just raking over those ashes, just raking them over, man, because I tell you, Richard Sherman, he got me all pumped up and freaked out today. He came out today like a man possessed. Everybody else is trying to get used to the pads, and Sherman's out there leading the troops, just punishing the offense. Oh!
It was a sight to see.
God.
Especially sticking with the likes of Marquise Goodwin, who last year, if you remember this time, he was burning Sherman. So he made Sherman the laughing stock. So
it was sad.
The Achilles looks like it's healed.
Yeah.
And also interesting is that he's at that age where you start to regress in your speed, but he seems to have gotten quicker. I was watching the drills the other day with the DBs, And Verrett's looking okay.
Yeah.
But Sherman stuck out with quickness, not necessarily the speed, but in space, his quickness with the drill.
Yeah.
I said, damn, that's Sherman looking nimble, pretty nimble-footed there. Good to see that. Really good to see
He
that.
ain't felt this good in years, according to him. Because, they fixed both feet. They took the staples out the one foot. They did some cleanup procedure on his other foot. And the dude says, I'm feeling like I'm 21 again.
The good news, too, is to see Witherspoon adjusting a little better in day 3. I saw one day he just had a bad day. People were just giving him fakes and faking him out and creating space a lot on him. If Verrett and Sherm starts and stays healthy,
man,
with Spoon and then Williams, K'Wan Williams, and all the other people we have, I'm sad to see them cut Alex Brown. I was hearing good things, but hey, something must have happened that we couldn't see.
Yeah.
So our DBs for the first time since probably Deion Sanders and what was that other guy we had? Eric, the Super Bowl corner, not
Eric
Reed.
No.
He played alongside Deion.
Eric, he's on NFL Network.
Yeah, that guy.
Made me so mad for 2 years.
Number 25.
Yeah, I know you're
the
talking
original number 25.
Eric. Oh, what is Davis?
So
Davis.
Had
Eric
corners.
Davis. Yeah.
Davis. I don't know how, but we might have a Merton Hanks back there, and one of these guys. Maybe it's Moore that'll become the Merton Hanks. Maybe it's and truthfully, Merton Hanks was okay. I think he and I noticed the other day somebody said number 97, Brian Young, right?
Yeah, but
and
that's an interior lineman. But
what I wanted to add to that is Dana Stubblefield in that middle. And I watched Eric Armstead the other day looking like the Kraken.
Tell you
up there, he was looking good. So if Armstead can stay healthy, this is my first time seeing Armstead really without he had nagging injuries the whole time. So this is his first full completion of a season and then an off season without being in the cast. So with that middle and then them edges and then Dre Greenlaw and Quan over the middle with Warner and with Sherm and Verrett making it so we're not getting abused on at the receiver spot. It's going to be a high sack season. It's going to be an extraordinarily high sack season. Interceptions, maybe not as much as sacks. I predict a lot of sacks.
Because you got no business as game planning for nobody to be going downfield on that 49ers offense. That make no sense. You're asking for a beatdown? You're asking for a killing. It's not launching them shots downfield, waiting for receivers, the routes to develop and everything. He'll be in the hospital. Boy.
Pick your poison. So really, the question mark, it still remains at safety for some people. I still have faith in who we have. And I think the best guy will come out of this camp. And that's another thing I wanted to address, that I wouldn't get too excited about defense in camp, because what I learned from watching day 1, day 2, day 3 is by day 3, the DBs are sniffing out the routes. They're familiar with our playbook now.
That's true.
So when we see the preseason or the scrimmage game versus whatever
Dallas
outside team, we'll get a more accurate detail on what our defense is capable of doing without being able to anticipate what's happening,
Excellent point. Ooh, that's a good point. Because that just makes it's like when they get used to each other. But how come, I guess that explains everything, though. Familiarity. Because you would think the offense would get familiar with the defense, too. And then Jimmy say, look, man, and Tevin, man, I can't find no hole, Jimmy. So let's see what happens. Kyle has not opened up everything yet. Right now, they're just out there getting used to pads and seeing each other again with
Yeah,
pads.
they're doing some basic routes, doing basic, getting a feel for the guys and stuff. I'm just voting. I got some favorites. I'm voting for Poindexter. I feel like he can be Moss type of guy. I mean, I'm not trying to say he'll be Moss, but that type, speed with length and hands. Richie James with that dig route, that comeback, he really showed me something there. Everybody's fighting for a roster spot, but I'm voting for him.
Go give me that, because we got to pull up, but
right.
Yeah, and give me the rest, because then we're gonna get more into who's gonna make it roster anyway. So let me see you day after tomorrow,
All right.
and we can conclude. So we get some more. All right,
All right,
Jason.
Ronbo, have a good night, bro.
You too, Phil. All right. And as we quickly move to Roberto. Roberto reminded me of the Charlie Brown Christmas with Linus on the piano. Roberto! Now he's cutting off. Roberto! I like it, but Roberto, hey. Roberto, listen, we're gonna see if we can get you a record label to check you out. Get a demo ready.
Right.
Yes, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But
Roberto,
Roberto, we're sitting up here talking about the defense today and how they went crazy on our offense. Had Jimmy G out there throwing check downs and ducking and dodging, and Tevin Coleman looking scared in the press conference. There's no holes. Just was no holes out there. I came around the corner, and all of a sudden, Richard Sherman hit me like he didn't even know me. Running around there telling people how he's a grown-ass man. I knew he was.
Hey, man.
Oh, I love it. I love this stuff.
Hey, man. And I saw Richard Sherman, man. Yeah, it looks like he's back to the Richard Sherman we know.
Mm-hmm. And used to hate.
Yeah.
And used to hate. And now we love him because he's on our side being obnoxious and rude and just really just messing with people all the time. And I love it. So he's a mess with other teams. So, that's a good thing, Roberto.
Yeah, man. It's crazy because we used to hate him, but now we love him.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy, man. But he looked good, man. He looked good. It looks like he's back, like to himself again. And I saw the linebackers too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I saw Greg Greenlaw. I saw Fred Warner. I saw K1. I saw the other rookies. Man, that linebacker core, they look nice. I saw D4 too. It looks nice. I saw Solomon Thomas. I saw DJ everybody. D4 too.
Okay, because they're all gonna play. They're all gonna play above and beyond. They're probably, these guys are gonna play a lot better, Roberto, because they're looking around to see greatness all around them.
Yeah.
You look over last year, a candidate for Rookie of the Year on defense. Fred Warner easily could have been. That's a lot of tackles and a lot of confusion he started out there. You got Nick Bosa came in the first day, made every other person on defense look at himself, say. Shoot, that youngster came in to play.
Man.
He ain't gonna make me look bad. So all of a sudden, Solomon
Ronbo,
Thomas is looking good.
If you see that D line, man, we got Defoe, we got Solomon, we got Nick Bosa, we got Eric Armstead. Man, that D line looks nice, man. And we got D4 too.
Hey, and Roberto, did remember when I was always taking up and arguing for Eric Armstead? Now it looks like Eric Armstead may be one of the most intimidating run stoppers we got. See what I'm saying, Roberto?
Yeah.
Remember, I will have a witness to say, Told people to wait a minute on Eric Armstead. But no, let's trade Eric Armstead. Let's do this with Eric Armstead. I said, you know what? If he ever heals up and gets better, look out.
Yeah, because I remember, like everybody in the chat, everybody, you know, were like, oh, let's trade Armstead. He can't get rid of him. My man, he's gonna look nice. He's gonna look nice this season because man, we added Nick Bosa, D Ford, we got Solomon Thomas, and that D line right there is gonna make
some
Armstead
bad
look good
days
too.
for a lot of
It's gonna make him.
teams.
The dealer's gonna make him look good. Yeah, like you know.
Oh, I can already see it now. Every team becomes one-dimensional. Roberto, all teams are going to do is try to pass. So once we take the run away from them, and they look downfield and they see nothing open there, now what? Little short passing game? Falls, please do. I see great things coming for this team. There's no real weakness there. I don't care what they say about the secondary. There's nothing wrong with the secondary. And blaming Jimmy Ward and calling one man the entire representation of the secondary is not right. But Roberto, we know this. So
yeah, we know it, man. And man, the D-line's gonna be like, and during the game, it's gonna be like, oh, the D-line, they sacked Russell Wilson. Oh my God, they're going, and the D-line, they smashed Russell Wilson into chicken.
And put some mayonnaise in it and make a salad. Roberto, we gotta go, Roberto, because we're gonna get a lot of calls. All right, it's getting late. But Roberto, I appreciate you, fam, and be looking for you a day after tomorrow.
All right, Rumble.
We gotta get Roberto a new microphone too. There's a bad guy laugh.
You gotta buy it, Rumble, because I know you get money from the channel, so hit me out, Rumble.
You got it.
Peace out, man.
Roberto.
Much love, man. Peace out.
All right, fam. Have a good night. Hey, and there he is, Jerry Fresh. He says, pray for a healthy season because if we stay healthy, we got this. Keep that optimism going. Keep the faith. We've already had time to feel sorry for ourselves. Boy, didn't we? Lots of it, too, Jerry. And now it's time to win. Hashtag Fresh Squad. Click that. Jerry, thanks for the contribution. Click on the Jerry Fresh name. It'll take it to the channel for some fresh perspective. Jerry, man, you be covering the subject, man. I'm telling you, I'm loving you, fam. So, hey, let's get over here to 831 Hollister, California. Hello.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Who is this? You sound familiar.
Nah, I haven't called in. This is my first time.
You sound a lot like, what was it? The voice, is that, but what is your name?
Fernando.
Hey, Fernando. Welcome on in, bro. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
We're just laughing and joking about the defense tonight, man, because like Richard Sherman's out there like scaring people, man. It's hilarious. His own teammates.
Yeah, he's 100% now.
I love it. I didn't know if we'd ever see this thing, Fernando. You know, I said, because last year I figured he'd heal up and he'd be formidable, he'd be okay. But now I'm seeing a return to the Pro Bowl. If he's going to look like this, I mean, did you see what he did to Dante Johnson? Good. Nobody's covered him like that. Whew. Whoa.
Nah. And then with Pettis today, too.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I said Dante Johnson. I meant Dante Pettis. Yeah. Pettis is what I was talking about. God. Pettis looked like, get him
fast,
off me.
Man. Yeah, he's fast now.
And quick.
But what's it called? When we play the Seahawks, there's no Russell Wilson can't go anywhere anymore.
I hope he does.
We got DeForest Buckner in the inside. We got D Ford. We got Nick Bosa. We got Eric Armstead next to DeForest Buckner. It's a wrap.
It's a good point, Fernando. You know why? Because the Seahawks want to run. That's the name of their game. They run, and then try to get you sleeping on play action and drop the ball downfield. We already know they're going to do that. But like you say, if that defense is killing that play action, now what? Go ahead, keep running. It seems, according to Tevin Coleman, we enjoy you running. What? There was no holes, man. So, man, that's a scary defense. A good pass rush can also deal with the run.
With that O-line we have.
Oh.
I don't know. The O-line, I don't know. It needs to work, but with that good of a D-line, they're gonna be ready for week 1.
Yeah,
sure.
Right. Because, you're right. It's going to put them in better shape. Because by the time they see anybody else's defensive line, they'll say, "What are these guys? You guys represent the other team's defense? You know what? Hey, let's see. Hey, Lincoln, sit down, and we're going to try to see if we can, just for fun, we're going to deal with these guys with one less guy. Okay, let's go." It's fascinating how strong they're going to get.
Yeah, the only problem I have with the defense is at safety. I don't know about Jimmy Ward, man. He needs to stay healthy.
That is Jimmy's biggest problem. If he can stay on the field, but as far as being able to handle that job, I got a feeling he'll be very fine at that. But you're right.
Yes. He just needs to stay healthy. He'll be good.
I know. Tavares Moore, though, he's very interesting. I'm not sure. He didn't give up nothing. He was playing with the starting unit today. Although the 49ers weren't shooting downfield very much, but Tavares was really doing a good job.
Yeah, I also like Marcel Harris too.
Yeah.
He's a stud, man.
They don't talk about it much, though, do they? They don't talk about Kowalski either. They don't say anything much about our box guys.
Oh, yeah, I've been wondering about Kowalski.
Well, he's probably still being Kowalski. He's the one who says that he's really feeling better about his job now that the front rush is a lot better than it used to be. But they're only going to report on certain guys. I don't even know if the guys that are out there watching are really paying attention to everybody. I think they're looking at certain players that they think readers want to read about. They're not watching. So if you and I went out there, Fernando, we're watching, we're probably looking at other people besides, I'm going to look at Bosa just because he's new. And, of course, you're going to look at Jimmy G. I want to know what Dante's doing. I want to know what Marquise and George Kittle are doing. There's certain guys that everybody wants to read about and see what they're doing. But maybe I'm not looking at my safeties very hard. I don't know.
I'm heading out there Thursday, so.
Okay.
I'm going to see what's up.
Yeah. You call in and let me know.
That's going to be a fun one, man.
Because there's some guys that play some key roles that got to do well. Kowalski's really important. Him and Marcel Harris.
Yeah.
I don't know which one's going to start. I figure Kowalski because he's getting paid the most, and otherwise it's a real big problem. But if Marcel beats him out, it's even a bigger problem because now they got to redo Kowalski's contract. It gets a little nasty, and so we'll see.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because Kowalski could play over the top safety as well. So he's
he could do really good too in the season.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. So, hey, Fernando, we're going to go, Fernando. But listen, man, Thursday, call in here, man. Let me know what's going on. What did you see? Like I said, I love to hear from you rather than Grant Cohn. I don't know why I mentioned him first. Matt Barrows and some of the other people. Matt Miyako. Because they do it from, we know what our readers want to hear about or want to see. But I want to know the truth. So, all right.
Yeah, for sure. Right. I got you.
All right, fam. Talk to you Thursday.
All right, sure. Later, Ronbo.
Hey, Tony!
What's up, Ronbo?
Tony, man, I'm just Tony, remember a couple of years ago, you were one of the most brilliant people that your observations were actually, I've been meaning to tell you that for a long time. I think I did try to tell you. Your observations were as accurate as could be. We've been in the toilet since 2015. Tony was trying to tell us that, and people got mad with him. Now, all of a sudden, that team looks fortified like they've overdosed on vitamins. Tony, today's defensive display was interesting. You don't get scared because the offense will be fine. They just need to get their legs under them, and Kyle needs to install some things. But it's interesting to see how good that defense is. When guys like Tevin Coleman have that look on their face like, I couldn't, there's no holes anywhere. I like that.
Yeah. Well, the main thing I'm worried about right now is Jimmy Garoppolo because he had another poor day of practice from what I heard from Matt Mayoko.
Yeah.
And I don't care how good the defense is. Guys should be wide open in Shanahan's system. So if you can't even find guys and you go 5 for 14, that's a problem. I don't care where you are in your rehab. You should be pretty much done by now, right? So
true.
Hopefully he can get back into the groove. But if we don't have a usable quarterback, then we just have a run game and a good defense. And if our offense can't stay on the field, then our defense becomes worse. They have to be on the field longer. They'll make more mistakes because they're more tired. The run game won't be as effective because they'll know we have to run to get something going. So, I mean, that's a huge problem right now. But I think Jimmy.
But Tony, I just want to point out one thing that was just Jason just brought to I've forgotten about. The defense has gotten familiar with what the offense is doing too. So that's gonna. That's true. I just realized that is absolutely true.
There's a difference between receivers not getting open and Jimmy making poor decisions.
Yeah, that's true.
And he made poor decisions and poor passes. It wasn't the receiver open or not beating the coverage. It was mostly Jimmy today. And if the receivers get wide open, like they're supposed to, then that definitely helps. But a good quarterback is going to find his guys wherever they are in the field. They can't be just butt naked every time.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
That's true. But remember, too, now he hasn't played in a long time, and he's going to have a little inconsistencies probably between now and next 2 weeks. I think he's going to play. I'm not sure which game he's going to play in as far as preseason. But these little inconsistencies might be somewhat normal because he wasn't really that inconsistent before. So I don't think it's all about just all of a sudden he can't play. I got a feeling it's that more than anything else. But then again, we'll see.
I think he needs to get back into the groove because you can't be out of football for that long and come straight back to work the way you were before. So, I mean, we'll see. I think it would be a great benefit to him if he played 3 quarters in the preseason just to get him back in things. I don't like the idea of playing him in 1 quarter for 1 game or not playing him at all.
And then getting into the season.
Huh?
And then going right to game 1 of the season. That's a good point, too. He needs more work than a little bit. Yeah.
You're doing him a disservice by telling him he can't play because what are the odds he's going to get injured again in preseason? I don't think it's very high. I think the injuries he's had were isolated incidents. I don't think he's really an injury-prone player. Now, if he keeps going down with Romo, again, we'll have to rethink that. But the injuries he had weren't chain incidents, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So
who do we know? What quarterback is well, Romo is one who gets hit and is taken out of games, collarbones and things like that broken. Jimmy had one guy, the guy from Miami Dolphins, slammed him down and hurt his shoulder. But that incident he had in Kansas City, that was his fault. That had nothing to do with the player. So
yeah, and that injury wasn't a cause of another injury. I don't think it'll lead to another injury because he's gone through the full recovery from what we know.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good. But I want to shift over to another part of this.
Go ahead.
Can you name a team, a great 49ers team that didn't have a good defense? I'll wait.
Nah, and you'll be waiting a long time. No.
Exactly. And another question. You've heard of a great pass rush without a good secondary. We saw it last year in Kansas City. But I don't think you've ever heard of a great secondary without a good pass rush. It doesn't happen.
It really was a freaky thing.
A very freaky thing. I think bringing in all these guys is very important. And even if a few don't work out, just having that many talented bodies in there is going to give us an advantage over other teams because we can withstand injuries. If D Ford doesn't work out, if Nick Bosa doesn't work out, we'll have guys to lean back on. So I'm very excited about this year. I think we have the ability to be a top 5 defense, but if things don't work out, because we have a lot of unknowns on the defense, we could end up being a bottom 10 defense in the league. That's how wide open it is for us. So
yeah, one extreme to the other. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It looks very promising right now. So, I mean, I can't wait for 49er football. I believe our first game is on the 11th, if I'm not mistaken.
Next Saturday? You mean for the preseason? Yeah, next Saturday. Or next Saturday. Tony, you see a calendar in front of you? Yeah, it is on a Saturday.
No.
Okay. Yeah, it's the 11th. It is a Saturday.
Yeah, so I think that might be the 10th, actually. It doesn't really matter, though. But we are so close to football season. We've waited this long. We've seen all these key additions. So time to put it all together and get to work with the best coach in football.
Tell you. I agree on that. And people question Shanahan's ability because of last year and touting McVay as being the greatest thing in football since the tuna fish sandwich. I said, come on, guys. McVay's good, but he already had a team that he could work with immediately, you know? So
Here's the thing about McVay. He has Wade Phillips, who's probably a top 3 defensive coordinator. I don't think there's any doubt. It's him, Fangio, and Bill Belichick. So when you have that guy on the other side, you don't have to worry about other things Shanahan has to deal with. Saleh isn't a really good defensive coordinator. He can be good, but Shanahan has to take on the burdens of the team that he shouldn't have to sometimes.
True.
And McVay gets take all the credit because their teams win like 23-17, and he gets the credit for his great offense, but no one talks about the defense.
Wade Phillips.
Yes. Amazing. And the last thing I want to say, this isn't really related to the 49ers, but I don't think Tom Brady's washed up. I think Wade Phillips bottled him up in the Super Bowl. I think that's what that is.
I know. Wade did a great job. If the offense would have showed up, Tony, that's why I know Louisiana, the entire state, they should be really irritated. I'm convinced that Drew Brees would have done a better job offensively against the Rams than what we saw. And I don't know if the defense, the Saints' defense was pretty tough, but I know they would have put on a better offensive show than McVay and Jared Goff. Good
Lord.
Lord.
Would have been a play because the Rams have a quarterback who can't make reads. He just throws up the ball and hopes for the best, So
pretty much, God.
Jared.
Oh, God. Anyway, Tony, let me see the day after tomorrow, and we'll have more on this, see what happens. Because I got a feeling Jimmy G's the kind of guy, he's not sleeping tonight. He's got an ego. He doesn't display it, but I know he's going to come out roaring day after tomorrow. So we'll see.
No, definitely. Italians are very loud.
Yeah, I know.
He's definitely thinking. So.
All right, Tony. Have a good night, buddy.
You too.
Yeah. There he goes. And Ken, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ah, good. Well, Kenny, welcome on in here. And, because we see you got that glowing jacket on. We know you're at the JOB. Don't talk too loud. We do not want the boss to come and say, excuse me, if you're not a Seahawks fan, I think you ought to stop.
I mean, hey, where I'm at, there's more Niner fans than there are Seahawks fans. So.
See, that's gonna get worse too. See, Seahawks fans the allegiance is about winning. If the Hawks start to lose, the 49er crowd in that area is going to double and maybe triple.
Mm-hmm. It always does.
That's outrageous.
I was going to come in here all pumped up, man, and Tony gave me the uppercut of reality, knocked me back down. So he's right, man. He's absolutely right. There are some things I want to point out, though, is that our defensive line, man, it's all first rounders, man. So, and you gotta put that into play. This offense is going to struggle. We're putting pressure on them, man, and that's good. We haven't had pressure in the pass rush for a long time, and that's a good thing to me. And Richard Sherman back there, man, he's a vet. We're doing good things. Our offense is struggling because of that, and I love it, man. You know what?
It's comical.
Go ahead.
No, it's just comical. I mean, there's just trash in our offense. But we know that's only going to last until a couple more weeks when the offense gets a little bit more into what they do. And also, like Jason pointed out, that the defense knows exactly what the offense is doing probably 70% of the time. So,
Yep. But I don't doubt our offense at all, man. These guys we got a lot of weapons on our offense, man. When it comes to practice, if our defense is giving that much of a struggle, then that's a good thing. That makes our offense a little bit stronger, you know, because if we're going to be the top 5 defense, like Rev said, man, hey, you know what? Our offense is practicing against the right people. So, you know what?
Like that.
I feel good about our offense, though, man. I think we have a lot of weapons. I think preseason is going to show a lot, man. And I agree with Tony, too. I think they should put Garoppolo out there more than usual just to get him back into motion and get him back in the rhythm. And, man, we have to see what this dude's about, man. I mean, I love Jimmy G. I bought 3 jerseys when we got him, you know what I mean?
You got
right
3?
away.
I tell you, he needs to play an entire first half then. And we can't be worried about him getting hurt. This is a game where it doesn't matter when you play. You can get hurt if things aren't going right, you know?
Yeah.
But Jimmy knows to run out of bounds now. Kyle did say something that did concern me, though. Kyle wants Jimmy to scramble a little more this year. I don't know what he meant by that, but Jimmy's intelligent to know what he means by that. He doesn't mean just scramble to be scrambling. Keep your eyes downfield and get rid of that ball. We don't want you scrambling to be scrambling.
That's a little scary, man, because that's how he got hurt. You know what I mean? Scrambling.
Well,
so
yeah,
that's a little bit of worrisome. But man, I'm ready for the season, dude. I'm pumped up. I know everybody else is pumped up. Shout out to that kid Braden, man. Hey, the Night Hawk fan club loves you. His squad loves you. TNT loves you. All the Ronbo maniacs love you. Keep calling in, bro. He needs his own little show, Ronbo.
Ain't he cool?
He's cool, man. I like that. We need younger fans like that calling in, man. We need to show them love and show them that the Empire's here for them. And we're all in this together. And
Hey, Kenny, you know what's really interesting about that? Remember, Tyler started out just a little older than Braden. Tony, who just called in, he's been around with 3 years, and he's just now getting toward the end of high school. Also, Stev out in New Mexico, another one. They started at 12, 13, 14. So it's interesting how we're watching these kids grow up. And
Tyler grew up with us, man. So yeah. I remember when he was calling in junior high. So
yeah.
He talked about all his classmates and what they were talking about and shit. So
Tyler shared it's like virtual reality. With Tyler, it's like a reality program. We got in, told you everything word for word. What this guy said, what I said, he said.
Yeah. Hey man. Shout out to everybody, man. I love the show. Ronbo Sports, A1 since day one, baby. Hit Squad, TNT, Ronbo Maniacs, Night Hawk Fan Club. Love all you guys, man. Hey, 13-3 because we got Jimmy G. 13-3 because we got Jimmy G. Let's go, baby. Football's back. Woo!
Okay. Have a great night. I hope to see you the day after tomorrow, okay? Kenny's right. Now, we got to be careful. Don't get too fearful of what's going on just yet. I mean, things, because we're going to see days, and when the offense beats up the defense, it will also be concerned. It's just a normal progression of things as we get into the season. And after that game against Dallas, I'm sorry, I was wrong. It is on the 10th. After the game against Dallas, we will be saying things like, okay, now we can see what we got here. And hey, Jerry, where is Zeke? Well, don't worry. I'm going to sign him up. Jerry Jones, I seen a photo of Jerry Jones. Have you ever seen a guy wearing shades and actually have a pair of shades in his pocket? Well, that's cool. That's cool to the next level, ain't it? Hey, it's time. Party, boom, boom. Party. Rico Suave. Rico!
Yes, sir. What's up, Ronbo?
Rico, bro. Hey, man, I'm telling you, it was fun to hear. I don't know which I get more amused by. Were the defense out there manhandling our offense today? Rico, if our defense can manhandle a Kyle Shanahan offense, there is no offense in the NFL they can't manhandle. I'm serious. I mean that too. Boy.
They look good, man. They look good.
And they're just warming
Ronbo,
up.
real quick. Shout out to you, Ronbo. How you doing? Shout out to you, bro.
I'm telling you, I'm feeling great, man, because about the defense, because I already know the offense will be fine. I just wanted to know if we score 30 points, can we stop the other team from scoring 31 points? You know what I'm saying? And it looks like that may be the
Absolutely.
case.
I got a feeling we will. We're gonna be good, man. We're gonna be good. One thing that worries me, of course, oh man, I hate to say it like this because I love Jimmy G, but I hear the callers calling in. Shout out to Kenny too, he just called in.
Yeah.
But everybody else too. But yeah, it kind of worries me, man. Well, Jimmy G, and I kind of agree with it in a way, and I agree with him. I agree with who was it? Tone. Somebody said that put him in on the preseason, maybe a couple
Yeah, give
quarter,
him
a quarter or something like that.
reps.
Yeah, and I agree with you. And I agree with what you said. You know, it doesn't matter. I mean, sad to say, but you can get hurt any time in the game. So okay, give him a couple little extra playing time and see what he could do. You know. But not that it worries me in a bad way, but it worries me in a fanful way. You know, like damn, like come on, man.
Because we're used to him dominating, you know, because when we first met him, he was just, nobody could do a thing with him. So when all of a sudden you see this is why, Rico, I say you shouldn't worry about it, because we already seen what he's capable of doing.
I'm not worried about it. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, he'd be fine. I got it.
I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, he's just
like you said, we know what he could do. You know what I'm saying? We know what he could do. We know how he could win.
Yeah, he's not.
But it's just what we see now. This is, and I'm not trying to be funny and shit, but like like AI practice, like training. This is not really a game where you're really gonna go out there and play the whole 4 quarters and shit like that. But I heard Matt Breida looking good. The tight end Ross Dwelly looking good. Nick Mullins completed 7 of 10 passes during team drills.
Slick Nick.
You know, he's looking.
He's quiet.
Yeah,
he's
looking
great
good.
Practice. I mean, this training camp.
Richard Sherman's looking good.
But when's the last time I heard somebody say CJ was looking good? I CJ, where
funny.
you at, man? Yeah.
Oh man, I feel you, bro.
He's got to do something. Maybe watch CJ light it up against Dallas. I'm gonna laugh my A off.
Yo,
you know why, Rico? Because we're sitting up here cutting up on
that.
CJ, and here his turn is coming up next week because it's gonna be split up between CJ and Nick. One gets one half, and the other gets the other half. So it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, that shit would be funny though if we beat the hell out of them. And Nick does good. Both of them does good. That'll be crazy. But Nick Bosa made it through the entire practice. That's a good thing. Even though I heard who was it? He got knocked on his ass last week. But he
what
made
position?
it through the practice.
What position?
Nick Bosa.
Oh yeah.
Defensive
No,
end.
the other day. Well, okay. You know what happened though, right? Nick made a play. And,
it was already done. Yeah.
The play was over. And I forget his name. Sean. Anyway, Sean decided to keep on blasting at Nick. And Nick finally went down, and all he was trying to do was protect himself as going down. So everybody thought that Sean beating up on Nick.
And you know how the haters and the reporters, oh my God, Nick Bosa got busted and he fucking fell on his ass. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
Sean Coleman. Yeah, I think it's Sean Coleman. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's okay. Nick's done. He had a good day today, so I don't know that it was. Like you're saying, the reporters blew it up so it could be good for reading material. Yeah. Ooh.
Hey,
I like
Ronbo,
Sean though.
A couple like last month, you was a little bit off subject. I apologize about that, but
That's
real
okay.
quick, I really do think, and I got a real big belief in this, and I can feel it. We're gonna start off 3-0 going into the bye week. That's it.
It would seem. It would seem.
I mean, the way I feel, we're going to start off 3-0. Then we're going to go to the bye week, regroup, and see what happens after that. But to me, I think we're going to start off 3-0.
I just hope if we do go 3-0.
I don't want to hear no excuses from, because A.J. Brown's hurt. Come on, man.
I know A.J. Green.
A.J. Green, yeah. I don't want to hear no excuses.
We get people hurt all the time, and nobody wants to hear anything about any excuse we got to offer. AJ get hurt.
They wasn't saying that about us when Garoppolo got hurt and McKenzie didn't come in. They wasn't saying that about us, so I don't want to hear shit.
Right. Every time I've seen a Raider fan, man, you're saying nothing. That's part of the game, as they say. I don't know if A.J. Green was going to beat us anyway. You know what? Because here's the thing. If we got a healthy Richard Sherman, one thing, and Enrico, people need to know, whatever these weapons are that we used to be afraid of, but notice the key word here, used to be afraid of, They ain't all that bad now. We got people that can contain and handle just about everything now.
And like I told you before, we got starters, and our backups look like starters, so we good, bro. Good.
Rico, that's why I can't wait till this weekend against Dallas.
We're not going to see a lot of the first. Excited? Are you excited?
We're not going to see a lot of the first string. We're going to see the second string and just see how good they are. Because we already know how good the first string is. I want to see what the second string backups and rotation people look like. Entertainment!
I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm going to get back in here, but shout out, first of all, to you, Ronbo, and for everything you do for us. Shout out Jersey Joe, Sheik the Freak, Big Show, Lori, Nina Queen, Sua, Kenny, Danny O.C., Razor, Russo, Bashar, Raj, the Hit Squad, Nina Empire, Nighthawk Fan Club. There's so many, man. Everybody, TNT, all y'all, and my little young boy, man, from Ohio. He's not that far from me. I might have to link up with him, Braden.
Hey.
I'm only an hour away from him.
Hey, well, that is all right.
So we might do a little live show.
There you go.
Represent.
Love that. All right.
But I got to get a paper signed by his parents because he's a baby still.
Bring the parents still. Bring Dad. He's probably a 49er fan. Or else we'll make him one. All right, Rico, out of the East. Rico, I'm gonna tell you what. I'll look for you Thursday if you get some time. All right.
All right, Ronbo.
All right.
The other teams, you know how we do. Hit squad. Love you, bro.
I love you back, fam. Man, rest that throat. I'll see you day after tomorrow. Night, Rico. Woo! Rico, man, he be bringing it. And I look over here and I notice that Big Show wants to say this. He says, Zeke is down in Mexico, downing shots and putting that nose to work. If you catch my drift. Thanks for the country show and the comedy. I love the Cowboys having trouble. So many teams having problems, not us. Oh! And one of the founding members of the now famous TNT. He is Trey from VA.
Finally. And I do mean finally. Brother Ronbo, how are you, sir?
Trey, I'm beyond feeling. This is just ridiculous. This jubilation I'm feeling before even the first preseason game. And I'm not worried about being let down either. But Trey, I know it's been sweet and cuddly, and you have. Go ahead, shout out first.
The TNT family. It has been incredibly adorable. It got a little for a second. Shout out to Tony. Like that, Tony. But the majority of this has been incredibly squeezable, kissable, cute, and cuddly. And so with that being said, Brother Ronbo, I need you to break up the monotony. I need you to wake up on the East Coast. And I need you to give me an installment.
And now, as we always like to do, as soon as he arrives, it's time for Let Me Holler At You. Let me back up.
We're going to play a little game called What I Do Like and What I Don't Like.
Oh, okay.
Now, Ronbo, what I do like is this defensive line is just looking so disgusting, so ferocious, just so hungry, eating everything up in his way. What I don't like, Ronbo, how many teams are there in the NFL?
Well, there were 32 last time I
Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I just forget.
I know I'm leading you into a line. I can tell, but I'll bet 32.
Yeah.
Okay.
We ranked dead last at safety. Dead last. 32. No, you know what? We ranked 33rd. And the only reason why we couldn't be ranked 33rd is because there's only 32 teams. We actually ranked 33rd. It's that bad.
Yes.
But we ranked 32nd in safety. But we made up for it, Ronbo, in the offseason by addressing it with a corner. Now, shout out to Jason Verrett, because what I do like is that we're bringing him along slowly, Ronbo.
Yes.
That's the genius of this
sports science
training staff that I love.
Yep.
These guys are ahead of the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, who would have thought that actually saving yourself in the heat and not smashing up against each other every single moment that you would actually prolong your guy's career? It takes millions of dollars and a lot of research to find that out.
On
Bravo.
common sense.
Right.
I know.
Bravo.
I still understand,
this is
Trey.
amazing. It's amazing. But, Ronbo, what I don't like, let me get one more, let me holler at you, because I don't like to call out players, but we like to call out players with TNT.
And now,
This is ridiculous.
let us go to part 2 of Let Me Holler at You.
You changed your number last year. You were feeling yourself after one good season. Adrian Colbert, you are biting. Are you hungry? As a safety, do you realize that your job is to be the last line of defense? That's okay. You'll be defending a lot of bench, a lot of sideline on Sundays. You can roam all you like on the sidelines. That's what you can do. Because Tavarius Moore is hungry. I heard that Mr. Glass himself has been taken out of the body shop.
Yes.
And that's it all.
He's being polished up right now, and new paint and chrome. He'll be back soon.
Mm-hmm. Here's what I do like about my team, Ronbo. Here's one thing I don't like about my team, Ronbo. And put the kids to bed for this, because this is what's really going to make me upset. And if you're a Niner fan, you'll feel this. I'm going to do something I don't usually do. I'm going to use a slight bit of profanity, because nothing else is going to...
Please, not too much, because you know Braden and others. Okay.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, fine. I'll try to clean it up.
Okay.
Fine. I'll try to clean it up. Kyle Shanahan. There are coaches out here going to the Super Bowl with your
playbook.
There are coaches being hired that worked with you. Does it not eat you up inside just a little bit? Does it not make you want to go get it just a little bit?
True.
Does it make you not want to go out here and just do just a little bit more, Kyle? That guys are getting hired. Guys are going to the Super Bowl. Guys are being called the master of what you do.
Oh, good point, Trey. Good point. So
we're hollering at the players. We're hollering at the front office. But in year 3, Kyle, I want to have a conversation with you real quick. Does it not bother you that they are using your ish better than you are? Let's make a play. This is the year. And I believe Kyle's pissed off about that. I believe Kyle is upset about that. I believe that's why the time is now, and he's not standing for any foolishness. And I love it. Jalen Hurd is a physical specimen. I mean, I saw him standing up on NFL Network around our other receivers, and he just looks different. I can see why the defensive backs are pushing him. He's out there manhandling.
And then, Dre, he punched Dante a couple of times in the midsection.
Hey, Ronbo, this is a 10-win we end season. This is a 10-win and we end season, okay, Ronbo? Health. Right now, we're going to speak health on our team. I know we say a lot of things, but one thing we're going to speak over ourselves is general health, because that's what every good playoff team has a good luck with. They may have one player hurt, 2 player hurt, nobody big, nobody major. So we speak health over our team. And let me leave you with this. I was one of Eric Armstead's biggest protractors. I was one of the people that had a lot to say about Eric Armstead, right?
That's
and he's
true.
Playing better.
Yes.
He's playing better, right?
I knew that.
You like it, right? Yeah.
I love it.
Let me ask you this, Ronbo. This is the last year of his contract. Are you bringing him back next year?
Listen, if he looks anything like he's looking now, that means he is part of the nucleus for the next dynasty. For the next 4 years, I got Armstead next to Buckner, Solomon Thomas. I'd love to sign him too. I love my first-round picks.
This D-line is the time. Time is now for this D-line. And I say, I don't feel bad about saying this. This is a 40-sack plus season for us. 45 plus sacks. I'm calling it, man. No, matter of fact, 49 sacks. That's what we're going after this year. 49 sacks.
Oh, I love it. Oh, all right. Well, Trey.
All right, Ronbo. We're going to get up out of here,
You
man.
really brought some excellent points. And, yes, we're going to probably revisit these things shortly, too.
No, we're gonna turn up this season, but there's some things that we got to speak about. We're going to handle those before the preseason is over. So, shout out to the TNT fam. Shout out to the chat, livest chat. Shout out to you, production. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for being with us through these consecutive days like you're not usually. Really appreciate that.
Guys, I'm enjoying it. Love this time of year. All right, Trey.
All right, man.
Thanks, man. And there he is. One of the most incredible citizens in the state of Virginia, Trey. Hey, let us go now and see what's on Tyler's mind. Tyler.
Ronbo, my man.
Tyler, man.
My dude.
Well, Tyler, it's great
now
to hear
tell
from
me
you.
something. Tell me something. How did James look today?
Who?
James.
James.
James Richard Garoppolo.
Oh, yeah. I didn't really is his name, too. Oh, he had a questionable day. He only went 5 for 14, which is certainly not good. And some of the passes he
But
made
hey,
were
think about
his
it this
fault.
way, though.
Mm.
The other day, he went, what? Like
8 for 14, I think.
6 out of 8 or something. Well, yeah, but didn't he start out like 6 out of 8 or something the other day?
Oh, yeah, he couldn't miss for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, I read he went like he missed 2 passes and he went 6 in a row, and then he completed them all to different receivers, or something like that. Or something. No, the 8 out of 14, 7 different receivers out of 8 passes.
That's beautiful work, isn't it? That is good work.
Yeah.
That means the defense has no idea
Against our pass
what's
rush,
happening next.
Against our pass rush, that's
absolutely.
good. That's good against our pass rush.
Great.
It's so tough to evaluate these things. He had a bad day, and you got to keep in mind, man, this is training camp. You're testing things out, and plus that defense is getting adjusted to you.
Yep.
When we're playing teams, look, our defense has seen many of these looks because most of you guys have been here for a couple of years.
Sure.
So a lot of our defense has seen a lot of these looks. Now, in real games, they're not going to be in practice against us. So they're not going to see these looks every day.
True.
So they're not going to get used to it. They're not going to know where to go. But, I mean, the defense shouldn't be doing it like that either. They should act like they don't know what's coming, like it's a game situation, as opposed to be like, oh, I know, well, this is Shanahan's playbook, so I know this is what they might do here. You shouldn't look at it like that. You should act like it's a game, but, it's whatever.
Well, they've got to polish up their skills. I mean, no matter what's being thrown at them, they have to act accordingly. I mean, if it's a short route, what do you do? Taking your angles. There's a lot of things they need to work and polish on that they're going to see. It may be a different look from another team, but, of course, they still got to polish up their own skills. So that's okay. They're going to be tested, Tyler. Coming up in about 2 weeks, you're going to get tested a little bit. Right now, it's normal for the defense to completely – well, I don't know if they're supposed to dominate like the 49ers are right now, but it's not unusual for the defense to have the upper hand early on, and then the offense will catch up in a few minutes.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's tough to judge. I mean, D Ford went out early today. I mean, I guess he's going to be okay.
Quad, yeah. I hope so.
He's going to be fine, right?
Well, they said it's not anything serious. I guess it's like Nick's calf pull, something lightweight strain. But you don't want to take a chance.
It's not going to keep him out that long.
Yeah.
He's not keeping him out that long. He should be the status for Thursday is questionable. So, I mean, he should be good to go by Friday.
Yeah.
So
that's
what I think.
Yeah.
So I think D will be fine. And then, Jerry Fresh?
Yeah, of course.
Man, that's my dude. But anyway, he was talking on his channel. He said that when he has dreams about stuff, usually they come true. He says in some fashion, he had a dream. Did you watch that video? He had a dream that we went into New Orleans and whooped the Saints' tails, man.
Oh wait, no, that's his video before. He's got a new one out right now too.
He said that he said that people were so scared of the Saints, man.
I know.
And he said that he had a dream that we went in and just busted their tails and put them to work.
And Jerry's right. You know why? Because that fact is, we're afraid of Drew Brees, not necessarily the entire Saints team. And also,
I ain't scared of Drew anymore.
Why?
His
yeah,
arm.
Peyton is really a scary
He looked
coach
at
too.
I love Sean Payton.
Yeah, see, but that's
there
what I'm
was
saying.
actually a discussion years ago about him being our coach. There was a discussion about that.
Yep.
Yeah, I would have loved to have him, but I mean, I'm good with where we are right now. I mean, we'll be fine.
And when you play the Saints in New Orleans, it's always a very, you just go in thinking it's bad news. So let's get over that hump. It's just like it's just as bad as going into the clink and playing the Hawks. I got a feeling that ends this year, though. Really do.
Last time we went to New Orleans, we won. So, and the time before that, we only lost by a field goal at the end. So we usually do a pretty good job going in New Orleans. We going into New Orleans, we usually do a pretty good job. I mean, 2 times ago we lost by a field goal. The time after that was 2014. I remember a play. Kaepernick rolled to his right, stepped up, fired over the middle. It was Michael Crabtree. They went down. I think they were able to send the game to overtime because Drew Brees threw a Hail Mary. Jimmy Graham caught it, but he pushed off, so it was pass interference.
Yeah, I love that play.
So the game.
He didn't really push off. Who was that
You
guy?
see Harbaugh.
Huh?
See Harbaugh throw his papers over his head and roll his eyes.
Oh, Harbaugh's,
he
was
called the penalty.
Yeah, I know. Harbaugh's antics on the sideline were just, they're incredible. If I could have a whole collection of them, I'd love it.
He's funny. I loved Harbaugh, man. I like Shanahan, too, so we should be okay.
Especially when he goes after the refs. Expletives that you could read his lips. Kyle.
Oh, yeah. He did it the first game he's our head coach. They called delay of game when he called a timeout. And he was chewing him out. And then again in the Seattle game, the players got pumped up at him cussing out the refs. I literally could read his lips. He said the refs were like telling him because I think Fred Warner's shoe came off or something, or his cleat, and then they wouldn't let him call a timeout or something. And then Shanahan said to the ref, he's like, "You control the fucking game." And then the ref said the ref tried to say something, and Shanahan's turning away. Turning away. The ref tried to say something, and then Shanahan goes,
and
"No,
you got to bleep.
Fuck you."
Yeah, I know.
he said, "Fuck you" to him.
Wait, Tyler, I heard you the first time. Let's. I got a Lisa and I got a little braid in there. Let's keep it down. But anyway.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I was surprised that he said that to the ref, and then he got fined for that. It's like.
Well, you don't want to let everybody at least start thinking they can do that. But Tyler, we're out of time. Let's see you Thursday. And see if Jimmy G gets rebounds back and takes control.
I don't know what to make of these practices because, you're playing against yourself.
I know. Well, we'll see. All right, Tyler. Guys, it's getting late. I'm gonna move on. I just get a couple more before it gets too late. All right. I'll see you Thursday. Tyler. All right. Hey, let's go to Justin. Hey, Justin. Not sure what's going on with Moniz right now. I guess. Justin? I've been meaning to do this. This just in. All right. Okay, let's go to Phil.
Ronbo, you there?
Phil, right here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, good. I was worried about Justin and Chad. I didn't know if they could hear me now. Hey, Phil. Phil, did you go to the field today?
Yeah, I did.
Phil report. All right.
Well, let's put it this way, okay? One thing I noticed, DBs take a little bit of liberty because there's no refs. Refs that are there don't throw any flags, so they're grabbing and holding all the way down the field, like Richard used to do at Seattle.
Okay.
So pump the brakes a little bit. The other thing is, don't worry about Jimmy. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. The other thing is, I think instead of playing him in preseason games where they can hit the quarterback, where we're gonna find out stuff when they practice against Denver against a Vic Fangio defense.
Oh,
where they
that's
can't
right.
hit the quarterback, and they're going to have several practices going against another team that you don't have the quarterbacks getting hit, and he can, go against, a Fangio defense and figure it out. But do you really think that Kyle's putting a game plan against his own defense? No.
No.
Vanilla.
I suspected as much as well. Yeah, and they're not going to do anything out in public like that anyway. So.
No. I mean, once they started getting serious is game 3 of the preseason that, you'll see Jimmy going in for probably a quarter or two, maybe. And that'll be against Kansas City on the road. And the rest of the games, they're going to play the stringers. They're going to play the people they want to make a decision about.
Sure.
But I tell you what, the second string of the defensive line is pretty damn good. You start seeing Katavius Street and Ronald Blair, and holy mackerel, we've got so much depth at that defensive line that it's
in fact,
wave after wave.
Phil, who's your second string? And we're going to see this next week, actually. Who you got to start on your defensive line other than
starters on defense is you're going to figure, okay, it's a running game, right? So you're going to have Armstead at the big end. You're not going to have D Ford in there because if it's a running down and a primarily running team, you're going to have your best run stoppers in there, right?
Right.
So against a team like Seattle that likes to run on first down, set up, play action, all that stuff, you're going to have Armstead in there at the end. You may have Thomas in there at an end. You're going to have Defoe.
And Leo?
You're going to have
Thomas? Put Thomas either at the big end or Armstead at the Leo.
You're going to have Armstead and Thomas at ends because they're better against a run than Bosa and Ford.
And DJ
then
Jones.
If it's a passing situation, you're going to bring in Ford and Bosa at the ends.
Yeah.
You're going to move somebody to the inside, whether it's Thomas, Armstead, Street, whoever. I mean,
who's going to be the backup for Buck?
Who's going to be the backup for Buck? You could go several ways. Katavius Street.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And then the backup for Bosa is going to be Ronald Blair. You got, I mean,
because this is what you're going to see next week. You're not going to see the first string out there all day. So I'm curious. I want to know what is going to be that defensive front when the first stringers are sitting on the sidelines eating popcorn and talking to the coach.
Yeah, well, we'll find out against Dallas primarily. Yeah. They're going to be the ones in the game.
Yeah.
But, the other thing is, I'd like to say is, I thought about the disrespect we're getting on the top 100 players. I think Joe Staley's a top 100 player. I think DeForest Buckner's a top 100 player. I think Richard Sherman is a top 100 player.
And he'll get it, too, next year.
I don't think so.
Next year. No, I don't. This countdown's done. We're not going to see any more 49ers between now and the end of the count. I think Kittle had to be the last guy. Kittle's already been. He named yesterday. Kittle's number 29, really? I think. Yeah.
Yeah. But here's the thing, and I was thinking about this, okay? I'm sure that agents use this top 100 player as a bargaining tool in their contract negotiation.
Yep.
So with DeForest being on that list, the Niners have a little bit of, he's not going to be able to point that out and get him for a little less money and keep him in contract and we can
Phil,
sign other players.
I hope they don't do that, Phil. Look at his body of work and pay accordingly, because if you hold that over his head.
Sure.
Yeah, I know.
Do you not think that agents use that as
a
bartering point?
That's disgusting.
Sure, he's going to get his money.
Yeah.
But the good thing is, Goff was 31. now the Rams are going to
and that's a good thing,
him.
Phil.
I think you
know why? Because they're going to have to pay him now, like you're saying. And that team's already cash-strapped as it is. Go ahead and pay him 30+. And now what are you going to do, Rams? Your team's falling apart as it is. You got middle-of-the-round picks. Now what?
Well, you look at Seattle. When they paid Wilson, what did they do? They got rid of Clark, their best pass rusher.
Phil, we gotta.
So I mean,
we gotta go, Phil. All right, well, let's pick this up on Thursday. This is comedy stuff. I love it. Laughing at other teams, but it's getting
so I'm
late.
thinking of positives, but
I know.
pump the brakes on the whole Jimmy G thing.
I agree.
You know,
You'll be fine.
We also don't have our full offensive line there.
True.
You know,
True, very true.
The other thing is who's he throwing to? Who's the wide receiver? And at that time,
Yeah, all these things haven't been
people in and out
established.
so quickly.
That's true.
So don't worry about it.
Yeah, I wasn't really. I've seen him at his best, and I don't think he's just going to get all of
And
a sudden
there's
turned
one
into
more
a slouch.
point I want to make.
Real
One
quick,
more
Phil,
point I wanna
because you're late. Go ahead.
We were 13th in defense giving up yards last year
Yeah.
with all the injuries and no pass rush.
Mm.
The problem with the 49ers was turnover ratio. We were dead last in plus minus and turnovers.
33.
We were a minus 25. Most
God.
teams were, like the Rams in Seattle, were plus 12.
Aye.
So that's 47 more times those teams had the ball than we did.
I know.
That was the problem.
That's an awful stat.
We've got a good defense last year. It's just that we turned the
Turnover
ball
ratio.
over so many times.
All right.
And scoring defense, we were 28th
All right.
because we turned the ball over.
And that's going to stop.
So-
All right, Phil. Let me move
All right,
on.
man.
Oh, let's see you Thursday
I
for
know
another
you're
one of those
short and I've
Phil
been-
reports.
It's
Love
late
it.
tonight.
Yeah.
All right, man. Take care.
All right, Phil. Appreciate you, fam.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Night. And let's quickly rush over to Justin. Hey, Justin. I think Justin, he said he's a student. So he's probably sitting face down on his computer. Hopefully he didn't spill that drink he was drinking on his computer. And he's probably out. All right. Let's. Hey, Russo!
What's up, bro?
Hey, Russo. Russo, it's always fun to get your perspective on things. You always come up with an angle. Although Trey tonight was extremely interesting as well with a perspective that he came up with. But Russo, what are you thinking tonight? As according to what you saw today, and is there a need to really be concerned about Jimmy Garoppolo? And I saw Jason also pointed out the fact that the defense pretty much knows after days what's the offense is going to do. Is that a good excuse, or do you see that as being legit?
Well, the whole Jimmy thing, I'm not worried about Jimmy at all. I mean, you're talking 4 days. He's still coming off the ACL. I have zero worries.
True.
I have no worries about him whatsoever. I'm actually worried about one guy, though. I'm starting to get a little worried about one guy, and it's the one guy that I actually had the most faith in going into the season, and it's Dante Pettis. I'm having a little issue with him dropping.
Oh, I
mean,
knew you'd bring in
every
something
day.
fresh. Yes, I'm trying not to think
Every
that.
day.
You're right. Oh.
He has not. He had one good practice. It was the very first day. It was shorts and it was like Daisy Dukes and a T-shirt. That was the only good day he had.
Because
The
his
only
shorts
good
are
day he had was the
far
first
too
day.
short. Yeah.
And I don't know what's going on with him. I'm not worried yet, but I'm actually officially concerned. I said last night I was talking to a couple people. Yeah, he's had a few bad practices. I said if he does it for 2 more days, I'll be worried. If he does it tomorrow, I might be a little concerned. I'm officially a little concerned with what's going on with Dante Pettis right now. I hope this day off tomorrow is going to really help him out, and he can do nothing to do with football. Hopefully, no one talks to him about football, and he can just go chill on the beach or something. I don't know. He needs to just have a refresh day because I'm starting to get a little worried. It's just he's giving up on his routes. He's dropping balls. It's very not. I kind of didn't expect that from him.
I know. Russo, you said that presser he had the other day. It's kind of interesting when he said, "Yeah, me and Richard Sherm." He tells me after we got through that play, he says, "Is that what you normally would do?" It caused pause as I was sitting there listening. Thinking,
right? He's like,
"Yeah,
what is that?"
If Sherman's asked you that question, then you must have done something really strange, Dante. Is that what you would do?
Well,
is that normally what you do? I mean,
and
go ahead.
What I like is the 2 people that are questioning him are the 2 leaders of the team. It's Richard Sherman and Jimmy Garoppolo. Those are the 2 dudes that are getting on him and asking him, "Hey, what's up? What are you doing?"
Yeah.
So at least the leadership is there. and he's got so much talent, and I still think he's going to get it turned around. I'm just trying to figure out what the deal is. I don't know. Maybe
Right now.
he's just right now.
Where's
So
the intensity?
I guess that's. Yeah, I don't really want to make it that big a deal. I just kind of wanted to put that out there. That
but you're right.
he's literally
I've
been the
thinking
worst
that
wide
way
receiver
too.
we've had in camp. He's literally been the worst receiver we've had in camp so far. Like
Mm-hmm.
Max McCaffrey looks better than him. I'm just saying.
Max
now.
made a great catch yesterday, actually.
he looks good. I mean, he's going to make some team. He might end up on the Giants, but I mean, so I guess I really want to address that.
Actually,
So,
Trent
the Jimmy
Taylor's
G,
looking
I'm
like.
not worried.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because Trent
he
Taylor's
looks
like
good.
the star of the show, from what I understand. So that's pretty
He
funny.
looks good. And you know, when I brought the whole trade Trent Taylor thing, I wasn't trading him because I think he sucks. I was trading him because I thought he had value, and I was assuming that Jordan Matthews and Kendrick Bourne, these other guys, could fill his role, and we could actually gain assets out of this instead of just cutting somebody. That was really my perspective on that.
Yeah.
So I'm not anti Trent Taylor. I actually hope he does well.
Yeah.
I was just kind of thinking outside the box. I try to think outside the box.
No, you're right. And as I'm saying, it's too bad they don't expand the rosters and let these, we need to keep saying, one of these guys that we really want to keep has got to go. Trent Taylor's not going, but we'll see beyond that. Oh, man. Oh,
but then on the defense, obviously the defense looks lights out right now.
Just manhandling them.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, I'm sure that has mostly to do with why the offense is struggling. I don't really think. I mean, Kyle Shanahan proved what he could do with second string guys last year. He put up some numbers, so I'm not really worried about the offense. I guess what I was going to get at was the D Ford thing. He had like a little quad injury today. I think they cut his day early because they knew tomorrow we had off, and they wanted to give him as much rest as possible ahead of Thursday. Yeah. And if they need to sit him Thursday, he'll be out there Friday. I'm not worried about that. I guess my concern was that he mentioned he has some sort of a knee tendonitis, and he's been dealing with it. I'm not worried about that right now because he already knows. Yeah, D Ford. So he mentioned that he's been dealing with it.
Okay.
Yeah, he said he's been having some minor knee tendonitis over the last couple of years, and he knows how to manage it. So I'm not really concerned. I guess my concern is the back end of that contract, and if he stays with us for long term, like how is his knee going to look in 3-4 years? Like is that going to become an issue then? That's really more my concern with that. I know he'll be fine this year. He should be fine next year. So that's just like something to, plant a seed in your brain to see if that pops up down the road and if it ever becomes an issue. And then on the defensive line, we've been hearing Julian Taylor's name, and we've been hearing some of these other guys, Kentavious Street, we've been hearing his name. And, in my mind, like, I guess I wrote off Sheldon Day, and all of a sudden Sheldon Day the last couple of days has been one of the better players on the defensive line.
Yeah.
Right. So all of a sudden he's looking good. So now I'm like, well, I haven't heard a peep out of DJ Jones. So what, on Thursday we're going to hear DJ Jones looks great, and then
True.
You know what I'm saying? So, right. So now all of a sudden I'm kind of feeling like DJ Jones might be the odd man out. I'm just like, he's the only guy I haven't heard anything from. So.
And not a thing.
Nothing.
Even a thing. And you've heard good things about Julian Taylor.
What we're going to do there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Julian Taylor, because I was putting together the roster that's going to be playing against the Cowboys. Maybe the first string goes out there for a couple of snaps, but they're going to sit down immediately. Could Julian Taylor be the backup for DeForest Buckner as well? Kentavious Street is not as an intimidating a force standing up as Taylor is. Right. Isn't Taylor 6'7", 6'8" as well?
He's a big boy. Yeah. I don't know his dimensions. I haven't really looked at it that closely, but I know he's bigger than pretty much everybody else on the line.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out who's going to back up Buck. But anyway, Russo, we're going to roll. It's getting late, so I'm going to try to get as many people as we can. But let's see you Thursday, fam.
All right, bro. Appreciate it. Shout out to everybody in the TNT fam. Jerry Fresh, Trey, Will, Shay, Big Show, and shout out to you, Ronbo.
Thanks, fam. Talk to you later, Russo.
All right.
Yeah. And zip on over there. Hey, Charles.
Hey, what's going on, Ronbo?
Charles, man, we're just looking at as things are developing. This is the fun part. Watching all this come together is that clay is being molded up into the machine that's going to save 49ers for 2019. And the development part is always the fun part because we all jump at every observation. And, we might make conclusions about this and may figure that this is fine. But, Charles, where are you at? Because we've heard everything tonight.
confident about a whole lot with this team. The one thing I'm not confident about is the offensive line, man. I'm really worried about the offensive line. You know, I'm looking at the roster right now. And, you know, we got Lakin Tomlinson. We got as the guards. We got but other than Lakin Tomlinson, you know, we got Mike Pearson. We got other than those two, we got Wesley Johnson. I don't know who he is.
Wesley.
Ben Garland.
Wesley Johnson.
Yeah. Ross Reynolds, he's a rookie.
I like
Christian,
him. I think he may have some potential. But he's not, I don't know if he's ready for prime time. You can't depend on him yet.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you got names on his roster that, you know, the one spot on your offensive line you need to be able to kick behind is your guard spot.
Oh.
Your guard and your center, you know, and we don't have that. We don't have those names that strike fear. And so that's the thing. I think our defense is really dominant because we have talent on the defensive end, but we don't have the same talent on the offensive guard and center position. And so that's the thing that worries me about, you know, Garoppolo. He's not going to be able to stay protected if he doesn't have good offensive line play. And so,
but you know what's really funny, Charles? Do you know that Wesley Person protected the quarterback better than anybody on that offensive line last year at guard? He allowed 2 sacks on the season. You know, and also I think right now it's probably this is the part of the season where the offensive line has got to get their act together and come together as one. As you know, an offensive line is only effective when they become one massive unit. And when they're just all over the place and they're missing Weston Richburg, Lakin Thompson, I have, even DeForest Buckler says Lakin Thompson is somebody I go work with just to get better. So Lakin Thompson is not, I don't think he's really what you call a bad guard. And as I say, Person was one of the best on the team.
I've seen him play. He's really good. You know, I was so happy before he got his contract. I was really happy that we found him. I couldn't believe that, you know, when they traded for him, they plugged him in, and he's been clicking. And
he's getting better.
He's been playing like, yeah.
He keeps improving.
So I'm happy he's with us. But that's my chief concern. Is his offensive line. You know,
Weston Richburg, you're right. No, Weston Richburg is a concern. He's still laid up. I don't see how he's going to get in enough work to be ready for opening day. They say he'll be back on. Why? We need to work somebody else at center because Weston is not going to be ready on opening day.
We need to bring somebody else off the street. You know, that's really savvy at the center position, and also you know, Dante Pettis. A lot of people have chalked him up to being the starter, but, you know, I remember seeing him last year. You know, I think he really underwhelmed last year, and I think you know, this year he's going to do the same. I think he's overhyped, man. I was telling somebody, you know, I think he's going to be our number four receiver.
You put him down as low as number 4?
Man, I'm telling, because I've seen better. You know, I've never. What number one receiver do you know wears blue hair?
well, here's the thing, though. Dante has not really seemingly punched in yet. He's out there having a good time. I've seen him on the sideline dancing. He doesn't seem serious right now. I don't know what to say about Dante yet. As a matter of fact,
he's not. I'm telling you, he's gonna be. I'm Ronbo. He's gonna be number 4 or number 5. And that's probably because of, you know, where he was drafted. But his talent, man, I think Kendrick Bourne equals Pettis. And the only other, you know, I think that's what he's got going on. But I think that's what you want to see. Don't be shocked if he ends up number 4, number 5 on the roster. He ends up getting traded because he doesn't have that dog in him.
Well.
You know?
I saw some things last year that I kind of appreciated him. He's got to bring the stuff, though. Like Richard Sherman told me the other day, man, is that what you should be doing. And actually, Jimmy G had to holler at him. I get the feeling that Dante his head gets into spaces where he takes off. It like his body removes itself. Something goes on with him.
Yeah.
I think he'll be ready. For some reason, I still think he's a talented receiver. Remember, OBJ wears colored hair too. But
it's not just that. I've never. When was the last wide receiver, number one, number two, that loved cats? It's just stuff like that. But I've never seen a wide receiver that loves cats, man.
Charles, you know what though? Try not to look at those things. You know what? Look at his on-field play. Now, if that could become shaky, then we can attribute it to the hair and the cats. But in the meantime, last year he had a good year. He showed he had some skills. Do you know that's one of the greatest rookies we've had in 49er history as far as production?
Rumbo, he lacks physicality, and that dog, that toughness. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm pointing out the blue hair and the cat. He's just a cream puff, man, and you can't be a cream puff as a wide receiver in the NFL, especially as a 49ers. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
I'm not going to keep it long, man. I know you're trying to get guys in, and I thank you for your time, and I'll call back on Thursday.
I look forward to it, Charles, because your observations are especially comical, man. I didn't think about Dante's hair and cats. But anyway.
Yeah, man, you don't see Roberts. All right. Well, love you, Ronbo.
Thanks, fam. Appreciate you. See you Thursday.
All right.
Every now and then, there are things said that I probably shouldn't chuckle at, but every now and then, maybe y'all be catching me, man. I just wasn't ready. Antonio Kids. Hey, we're going to bring punishment and pain to the NFL. What's up at Niner Empire? Go Niners from Antonio. Curtis McLeod says, whoever created that badass intro for You Need to Raise, I always love that intro. Hey, thanks, Curtis. Steve Fox says, besides Kittle, are there any other Niners you see making a Pro Bowl? Ooh, let me get back to you on that. Because I see, besides Kittle, Staley will probably make it again this year if he stays healthy. Look out for Mike McGlinchey, too. I see him growing. Nick Bosa and Dee Ford are definitely going to be candidates because they don't have I'll get back to you on that, See? Look at San Francisco. San Francisco, AK 49 San Francisco, says, our safeties got lit up in 101 versus tight ends and running backs? Okay, but it was 101s, and like Dre said earlier, let's let them work a minute before we make conclusions on that, though. And James Hambright says, do you think Malcolm Smith's going to get cut? Also, who's gone for receivers and when are cuts? James, this is going to be an ongoing subject. No, you'll get if you ask 20 guys who's getting cut on the receivers list, you get at least 12 different answers. Sup, my guy. I think Pettis will be straight against other teams. I kind of have that feeling about him, too. Debo's going to be a beast this season. Yeah, I really, Pettis I think he's just not focused right now for whatever reason. Carlitos, Rob, are we going to be the 11 goons on defense that they will be terrifying to see when you're the opposite quarterback? I know. It's good. Benji Polo Matois says, sup, Benji Polo in the house, 14-2. Bleep the Rams, Empire stand up. Let's go. And it's Debbie Ryan. She says, hey, Robo. Hey, fam. NFC West will be challenged to escape our defensive red and gold wave, speed and power. Oh, that's so true. Go Niners! Oh, it's so funny. You got muffled ears when you start to... Sorry if I was hollering. And Mr. Block Eyes 22 says, what up? Ronbo Sports, is Quan looking healthy? Everybody seems to think so, and he made a few plays. He's got a PBUs. Also, we did this, Mr. Block. I said we just did that. Is that a second one? Is Quan looking healthy? Did the D-line should help our second? Oh, yeah. The D-line should help our secondary, and by leaps and bounds from what it was, putting good pressure on the quarterback. Not an empire for life. And also, Tony pointed out something. I think the Chiefs is the only team that did a pretty good job of putting pressure on the quarterback that you could run on all day, and you could actually, if you could get a pass off, you might be successful. I'd say that was really strange. Of course, the defensive coordinator got fired, so that explains a lot. Alexei Beltran, Ronbo, check out the Tart interview. He said Verrett is a dog. He had a big hit today. I saw that, and also so did Salah. He said the dude is the man's man. Ooh. Josefo, baby. Hey, Big Ronbo, how's it going? I missed the damn show. I missed the show before it out. I believe it's very interesting, though. All I can think about is a winning season. 100,000 D-lines. Woo! You do that 100,000 times. Do you know you give yourself, you talk about ringing in the ears and everything else. Fam, another fun day. Tell you what I'm going to do. Hey, we'll see you day after tomorrow. I'm going to take the day off with the rest of the team. And you just have a great night. And look forward to seeing you Thursday right after practice. Good night, Elisa. Get ready. Oh, God, I love doing that.